Welcome to the Roll for Regret podcast.
So hello, and welcome to the Roll for Regret podcast, the high-level D&D game following the adventures of the Iron Wolves. We're going to go around and let our players introduce themselves and their characters that they're playing. And we're going to start this time on my left. So we'll start over here. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. I was spilling my mic the entire time because it was like this and it was just like, oh, I'm wrong. What are we doing? Name a character.
Your character. How about who you are and who your character is?
Cut. All right. My name is Andrew. I play Finn, the happy-go-lucky grave cleric.
Woo! Awesome. Just right down the line.
Neat. I'm Nate, and I'm playing Orion Ghostbear, the, formerly Goliath, now an elf blade dancing wizard.
I'm Steven, and I am playing Nasher Elegandor, human zealot barbarian.
Mm-hmm. My name is Austin. I play Njord Corlson, who is a conquest paladin and devotee of Tempest, the god of war.
I am Joey, and I play Linus Maxwell, who is a bard from the College of Lore.
They all made it to level 13, which is very exciting, so good on you. My name is Levi. I'm the Dungeon Master. We also have our excellent sound dwarves with us. We have Alex in charge of music and sound effects, along with Brandon and George running audio recording for us. We like to include our sound techs in the game, instead of making them sit there and listen to us play and stare blankly into the abyss. So we're going to give them actually tokens, which they can use to make any person at the table, player or dungeon master, re-roll whatever they want. It could be a skill check, attack roll, saving throw, who knows? And we'll just see how that goes. So actually tokens get sent around. Ha!
Saved my life last time.
Yeah.
Now, who had inspiration from the last game? One across the table. Wow, big flip.
No, I didn't.
With the rest of us burned.
This is a special inspiration.
Even Linus
I get them so rarely.
It's a special inspiration because you never burn it.
Speciation. I'm going to burn it right away.
Rule about if you roll a
First skill check.
HP die.
If you roll a 1 on the hit, so this is actually a fun roll that we have. So if you roll less than half on your hit dice, then you add half. So, or half or less. So if you rolled, you're a wizard. So if you roll the 1, then you're going to add half of your hit dice to that. So you'll roll, you roll the 4 actually. Right. And if you were to roll a 3, that would be a 6. Because I am so generous as a dungeon master.
Should have rolled a 3.
Gracious and generous. My malevolence.
Benevolent. Our benevolent dictator.
Yes, that's right. A benevolently.
The supreme overgod.
That's true. So, with all that out of the way, we'll go ahead and get started. Like and subscribe. And if you don't like what I do, then make sure you subscribe and follow so that you can make comments about how much you don't like what I do.
Got him.
In the ruins of Durinthal, the ancient dwarven fortress, you encounter the terrible entity known as Zor'kul, the Elderbrain. Despite being seasoned adventurers, defeating gods in years past, this battle may have been one of the most terrible yet. Indeed, death met Linus today, though some quick thinking and powerful magic from his companions brought him back to life. Now, weary from battle, there is an individual amongst you, a tall Githyanki warrior. He has been watching you carefully from a distance as you brought Linus back from death. He is leaning against one of the pillars in the great hall of this dwarven ruin, keeping silent but ever watchful.
Remind me, was the Githyanki here before I died?
He showed up. You died, and then the Githyanki showed up.
All right, I'll shoot a firebolt at the Githyanki.
Roll.
As he's doing that, I don't know, how much like preparation, or did you just fling that thing out there?
Yeah, so it's just like, it's kind of like the Baldur's Gate, like, ignis, and then he just like releases this bolt of flame.
Okay. So he'd catch me completely off guard.
Yeah,
Wait, so let's just establish this scene here. Linus has been hugged and then tossed to another one of his allies to hug. He immediately sees the Githyanki, panics, and fires a fire.
Okay, so is he still directly in front of me?
Sure.
Well, then I'm going to try to twist him and stop him from doing that.
Make your attack at disadvantage.
I'll say, is Fireball verbal, right?
Verbal and somatic.
So you would hear him casting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a somatic, so you might be able to like hit my arm or something if you're quick. I
Sure,
don't know.
roll at disadvantage.
Okay, good thing, because my first roll is a 19. The second roll is a 6, which puts it at a 15.
All right, well, that will miss.
The one
You
time the ducky
launch
dice
the
do well.
firebolt towards the Gith, and he just cocks his head to the side, and it slams into the stone next to his head. His arm's still crossed, and he's just sort of narrowing his glance as he stares at you.
Look alive, boys. This fight ain't over yet.
I think we owe him a moment. He did help us in that fight.
What? This guy?
This
Noseless
guy,
over
yes.
here?
Yes, noseless. Without him, we may
my
very well all be
mistake.
dead.
You didn't think maybe you should tell me that when you just bring me back and there's a Githyanki here and he's looking all suspicious?
We were otherwise engaged. I mean, you were dead there for a moment, and
I was only mostly dead.
Quite it was quite
The
distracting.
hole in his head is still like healing, where his brain had been eaten.
That section of his skull is
I
just
got
slightly
better.
pinker.
At least your little friend's gone. Is his little friend like still kind of on the dead mind flayer that it had? hurled
Give me
up
a
on?
perception check.
Okay. Going up. That's gonna be a 6.
You don't see it anywhere.
Okay.
You had seen it during the battle after he sucked out Landis' brain. It kind of crawled up next to him onto his like head, but you don't see it now as you look over to the corpse of the mind flayer across the way. It seems that the tentpole is gone.
All right, so let me get this straight. Do you understand me? Do you speak common?
You hear words enter your mind.
Oh no, he's one of these.
I don't speak your language, but I can communicate without words.
Great, that's wonderful. So you just showed up and you helped my friends here just out of the goodness of your heart, or hearts, or however that works, dear kind.
So what you're looking at is a Githyanki warrior that you guys you've seen before, actually just yesterday. He's standing at the height of Michael Jordan. He is he's 6 feet 6 inches tall. He's I don't know why. Actually, like put that in there. He's as tall as Michael Jordan.
Did you know how
tall
tall
as
Michael Jordan was?
Yeah, like doesn't everybody? He's like 6 foot
Oh, I
6
didn't know if
inches.
you'd know.
I mean, I know a thing about sports. I don't know
Okay,
a lot
all right,
about
fair
sports, but I
enough.
do know
It's the
one
only thing he knows.
thing.
Michael
I do know
Jordan's height.
Michael Jordan's height. I know that he's also, I think he's retired.
He's
fairly
retired.
certain.
He's been retired since.
I'll tell you, he's in, what's that movie? Space. I almost said Spaceballs. He's in the Space Jam. It'd be awesome if he was in Spaceballs. Spaceballs would be such an appropriate movie for Michael Jordan to be in. Am I
because
wrong?
it involves balls.
It does.
And he's a
And
basketball
space.
player.
He plays the bounty hunter Boba Tea.
About
DM, it's as if there were 1,000 online voices who cried out in pain and then were silenced.
It's true. Go in the comments, like and subscribe, and tell me how wrong I am about Michael Jordan.
Well,
All I really remember him is from his baseball career, anyway.
Oh yeah, that's mostly what he's known for. That and his shoe. He's mostly known as a shoe salesman. I understand.
Yeah, that's right.
Very successful shoe salesman, Michael Jordan.
From the Hanes commercials. See, that's the other place.
anyway,
Stop it.
back to the game. Njord is going to approach the Githyanki warrior.
Yeah, sorry. So you walk up to Michael Jordan, and so he's lean. He has a muscular build, a testament to years of rigorous training in battle. His skin has the characteristic of brownish green hue, which is like the standard for his race. And you can see intricate crimson tattoos that mark his rank and accomplishments, kind of on his arm. His face is angular with high cheekbones. He has piercing yellow eyes that seem to glow with an inner fire, betraying his psionic nature. His expression is stern as you approach, tightly set jaw, and you get the impression from him of determination and unwavering focus. Silver white hair is pulled back from his face and braided in the style of his people, decorated with small bones and gems taken from that are foreign to you. They seem to be taken from worlds unknown to you. He's clad in finely crafted armor, a mix of chitinous plates and metal, the craftsmanship of which is unequaled, save by the most skilled smiths in the land. The armor is adorned with trophies and symbols of his victories and his allegiance to his goddess. You can also see on his back is a silver greatsword, which you recognize from the other warriors that you fought, and one that Nasher is currently carrying around. It is etched with runes and almost seems to hum with energy. So you approach him.
Yes. My name is Njord Korlson. I am a member of the Reghead tribe of these areas. We seem to, despite my companions' reaction to seeing you, have a bit of a indebtedness to you for helping us, and it seems that an enemy of our enemy has come to assist us. What is your name?
My name is Viran.
Varam?
Can I hear this too since I'm linked up, or is it like a one at a time situation?
You can here we go. This is why it's fun being a DM. You can see around his head he is wearing a circlet that seems to have several purple gems. And as he sort of turns his attention to all of you, they all light up simultaneously, and you can hear his voice echoing in all of your minds. Huzzah!
Yay.
Can we hear each other communicate? Are we talking out loud? Like, were you saying that out loud?
Njord is saying it out loud. He's
Okay.
not comfortable
So we can-
talking mind speak.
Okay, so we can talk out loud and we can hear each other, so everyone can hear each other.
It seems that
Okay.
would be the
What's the
case.
name again? One more time.
His name is Viran.
AKA the Grunch.
The Grunch?
Yes.
Okay. What is that from?
It's like the Grinch.
Oh.
Grinch off.
Oh, because he kind of looks like the Grinch.
Yeah. Good
Oh,
Yankee
'cause
looked like Who's.
The good Yankee looked like the Who's. Oh my gosh.
Ruined forever.
Well, I mean, that's all right. I compared him to Michael Jordan earlier, so if Michael Jordan also looks like a Who,
If you combined, if Michael Jordan and a Who had a child,
it would be a good
it would be a good Yankee.
Sorry.
Great warrior baseball players.
So my name is Viran, lieutenant on the starship, or on the ship Shatterstar. Star Shatter. Wow. I can't even talk today. Not even having.
It's okay. We just got done with battle.
Give me a minute to
You're not
calm
even
down.
talking. You're
Warrior's
just-
mind
you're
can be
thinking.
jumbled. In the
I know.
heat.
Even my own thoughts are racing still
You're not
with
even,
the
you're not
thoughts
even
of
using
battle.
a tongue, which is the crazy part.
It is. I'm very mind jumbled,
Brain battered.
brain battered. Yeah.
I've been there.
Hold on. I need a drink of coffee.
All right, what's the ship's name after you drink your coffee? I need that ship's
Got
name.
that pumpkin spice. Star Shatter.
Starship.
Look at us taking notes.
So the ship Star Shatter.
Ah, yes.
So you have a ship nearby?
Yes. Well, nearby.
Can it detect other ships? Like, what was the name of that Mind Flayer ship?
The Id Ascent,
Yes.
that was destroyed.
No. Did we ever get the name of the other one? The second group of Mind Flayers who were totally salty about the first
We
group?
haven't seen any of them since the first room where we found 2 dead bodies.
Okay, so the extermination team's ship is still out there somewhere, and they may or may not have some sort of catastrophically powerful artifact native to our plane.
Is that what you're here for? You're here to kill the big brain thingy, or you're here for that? What was it called? The Chrono Shard.
I am not sure of what the Chrono Shard is.
Oh, it's nothing important. Forget I mentioned it.
Deception.
Oh no. It's Linus though, so he could get away with it.
Probably cool.
It's a 30.
30. Actually, try that again.
Why?
Nice.
plus 11
George
to
spends
that,
the token. Oh, Brandon.
It's a 14.
A 14?
Yeah.
You rolled a 3 and got a 14?
Yes.
You
Wow.
I've got
I
expertise
love our bard.
in deception.
His eyes sort of narrow at you, but he doesn't seem to bring it up. Or He doesn't seem too interested in the chrono shard. We have been pursuing a nautiloid that is
Hey, what?
a nautiloid.
And that is.
The ship that
Oh.
the mind
Didn't you hear?
flayers
It's a
travel
naughty
on.
ship.
A nautiloid. All right. Remember that. So you're pursuing this ship.
This is a particularly strange ship, red in color with white sigils. Despite all of our attempts, the nautiloid seems to be one step ahead of us. We last traced it here at this planet, and we discovered the mind flayer presence here in your town nearby. And we decided to deal with that until you attacked.
You killed a lot of innocent people, you know that.
It is a casualty that is collateral damage that needs to be done. Any presence of mind flayers in a town that small would likely mean that all of them, most if not all of them, were thralls, if not already implanted with those terrible tadpoles.
We saw as much. When we encountered what was left of the citizens who had escaped the attack, they were transformed.
And dealt with. They were dealt with.
And they were dealt with.
So your plan here is to just exterminate this region, 10 towns is what we call it, because it's infested with mind flayers, because that's going to be a problem.
Well, our plan was to find and destroy the Elder Brain, which was stopped after you attacked us, and our dragon betrayed us. Praxius flew away, much to the chagrin of Admiral Gath, the helmmaster of our ship.
Orion tries not to glance at the sword in Nasher's possession, which belonged to said.
Oh, yes. Not to... Admiral Gath is...
Oh, he didn't ride the dragon. That was the other guy.
It was a different...
Okay.
It was a different person, but...
But he still tries not to stare.
We killed him, didn't we?
You killed... Yes, so he continues. When I saw Praxius leave, and I saw you slay Topos, the first mate, I slipped into the woods and chose to keep a close watch on you, and eventually followed you here. And I waited as I watched you deal battle with the Elder Brain and the Mind Flayers, torn as to whether or not it would actually help you, because you did kill a lot of my fellow warriors. And
To be completely upfront, your warriors were killing our people for an unknown reason, and they are under our protection. It is an unfortunate turn of events that people who could have been allies fought against each other.
They could have explained themselves.
we find in dealing with mind flayers, it's better to attack first and ask questions later.
Unfortunate, that's also our strategy.
Yeah, hence the firebolt that I just... Yeah.
I feel as if we can help each other, though. Do you know of any other evidence of mind flare activity in the area?
You believe that there would be more mind flayers?
I'm asking you.
I think it's safe to assume that the mind flayers we met had all came from Dugan's Hole or in that surrounding area. Might be good to check East Haven and Goodmead thoroughly, but the incident seemed to be centered around Dugan Hole itself.
It seems like you're concerned that the mind flayers may have infested other towns.
The towns are currently locked down to prevent further infection, but if there are already sources of infection that might cause more trouble.
Well, that may be beneficial to you. You can go and slaughter everyone in peace.
You could apply that logic to...
Is there a way to find them without slaughtering everyone involved?
Mind flayer thrall is not something that should be trusted.
You were saying?
You can technically apply the logic to everything. They could just hit a mind flare and send them south, and then all those towns technically south are also not infected as well. If you want to, so that's just bad logic, right?
You're talking
What
about
you're
Luskin and the other cities to the south of Icewind Dale.
Yeah, if he says might as well wipe out all 10 towns because there's a potential mind flayers, might as well just wipe out this entire planet because there's mind flayers.
Well, let's
well
take
you
it
could be a
easy
mind
there,
flayer
Finn.
too. Why wouldn't you just wipe you out? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's
I see your train of thought. It is flawed. However,
We'll not slaughter all of 10 towns on a hunch.
you're welcome to do with your people as you will, but the fallout is your own undoing.
Well, I mean, we killed the Elder Brain, so we cut the head off the snake. Is that how this works? And you guys can leave, and we'll deal with the rest of the mind flayers, and everyone's happy.
yeah. Then we can go south and check for more mind flayers.
Sure.
I would be happy to leave, but before I do, and he turns and looks at you, Nasher, I need that, and he points to the sword on your back.
This is a spoil of war.
It is forbidden for anyone but Githyanki to wield and possess such a weapon. If you do not return that to me now, more of my people will come and hunt you until it is retrieved.
It might be best to do it if you were trying to like become a king. You know, I'm trying to say like make ties with other people. Like that's a thing. Sacrifices for beneficial things.
As a sign of good faith between the Iron Wolves and your people, I will return this weapon to you.
He just simply holds his hand out and waits.
It's up to you though.
Okay, well then Nasher will take the weapon, walk over to him, and place it in his hand.
He gives you a sort of bow as a sign of respect there, and then kind of holds on to it.
I'll get you a new weapon, Nasher. A shinier weapon. Spit shine.
The wizard wipes away sweat from his brow as he has little health left after the conflict.
With the Elder Brain destroyed, we are going to continue our hunt for the strange nautiloid. I wish you good luck, and hope that the Mind Flayer infestation doesn't come back to harm you. Just know if it does, and we're around, we'll deal with it.
Can you tell us what direction the Nautiloid went in before you go?
We don't know. All we know is what it leaves in its wake, which is devastation.
If we find sign of the red nautiloid, is there a way we can reach out to you?
Super good question. You know what?
Did they got like a sending stone or something?
I'm going to roll for it. Well, 50-50 chance that he had a sending stone on him, and he rolled a 52. Yes, and he reaches into his pocket and produces a small stone. This is about the size of your palm. It has an ear on it and a little mouth just beneath that, and he hands it over to you.
Oh, is that the S15? Those are the new ones.
Called an earphone.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very
It's the
nice.
Newest model.
Joey, do you have inspiration?
I don't.
Most recent generation.
Are you gonna give Joe inspiration? Here you go. Oops. Oh, that almost went in my coffee. Nice catch.
Sure, that sounded good. The folks at home.
You'll fix it, right? You'll fix it, right?
He's like, no, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
Okay, then.
Before you decide to conduct any more operations in 10 towns, we would prefer that you contact us and let us know.
Again, the towns are under our protection. And we have acted in good faith in this encounter.
Okay. Nasher, since you spoke first, I'll let you roll persuasion at advantage, because Njord helps you.
Can I walk up and touch him? I want to do it. I'm gonna walk up and touch him and be like, I know this is a really hard decision for you to do. I'm gonna cast guidance on him.
Sure, I'll allow
Add a
it.
D4. Hey, yeah, it's my game. I can do what I want. Just rub his shoulders. You got this.
Got this, buddy.
Just massage a little.
Okay, 12 and... Okay, so that's going to be 17.
How would I go about getting in touch with you?
we have a sending stone.
We will likely all be together.
I just remembered that I gave that to you. Sorry, I'm still shaking for
battle.
war.
Very
understand.
easy, barely an inconvenience.
Someone get this guy some coffee here, huh?
Hold on, let me get some coffee.
I am not Walter. Walter could have gotten it.
Man, those sound effects sound so real.
Sound like you're drinking
Sound like
coffee.
I'm really drinking coffee. The ASMR. Go ahead and roll your dice. Okay.
At least one listener is
Skip.
very happy with that.
At least one. Or they're like forwarding 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Fair enough. I'll reach out to you with the sending stone and inform you that we will be attacking your towns and give you adequate time to deal with that.
Not exactly what we had in mind.
I think that's really fair.
Better than
That's fair. Yep.
yeah. That's fair.
They have an interesting way of showing good
loved ones
faith.
out of the way
Exactly, yeah. Like, okay, everyone is...
so we can come and destroy your towns. You know how it goes.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm hurt real bad. Just like bad.
Same.
I could go another round.
I feel great.
I'm feeling...
It just looks at Nash.
well, you're
I can-
doing better than you were.
I am literally doing better. I've got 2 eyes now.
One of them's really freaky.
What?
I mean, it's kind of pretty, but also it's disturbing.
What do you mean?
It's like a child made it.
What?
Orion will pull out the silvered mirror he normally uses as a spell component, and will like show Linus
Ay,
what he
ay,
looks
ay.
like.
Yeah, what's up
Damn,
with
I
the
am
eye?
handsome.
Orion's face go deadpan, and he just puts the mirror away. It's like looking into the night sky, except in your face. It's very jarring.
Did you just hit on him?
I'm actually kind of
Romance
seeing
option.
someone right now. I'll
Your face
explain
reminds me of
later.
the night sky.
You can explain on the way.
Trapped in the.
Ryan's wooden expression would be described as oak.
A hardwood.
Okay, now give me.
What you're saying
now
is
give
made
me.
you hard.
We knew it.
I was gonna say, give me a mahogany expression.
Mahogany. It's fun to say.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
So,
Varen.
You got to give us some time, though, to deal with this internally.
well, that's why I'll reach out to you with a stone.
Yeah, but do you have like a time in mind? Like you'll give us a duration of time?
No, we've dealt with the mind flare threat at this point in time. They're continuing on to search after the red nautiloid.
Yeah, but I'm saying if we do
are
discover some
returning-
mind flayer infestations, we don't
are-
want to just burn down 10 towns.
Linus,
We're not going to.
we're returning to the now purified 10 towns.
Because we killed all the mind flayers.
How do we know?
We did. I
know.
just told you. I have magic. Nord has
How do-
magic. We can
how-
detect
Okay.
mind flayers. So they're all gone.
Great.
Yep. It's like a radius.
I'm convinced.
It's like a big old radius.
For the whole 10 towns?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your wisdom, just out of curiosity, Linus?
It's higher than I was acting.
Hey, you just died. So
That's fair.
That's true. You're just back.
Yeah, his brain's all foggy.
Yeah, you know. He needs some coffee too.
Well, Varen, if you encounter this red nautiloid and are unable to deal with the threat, you should call on us so we can return the favor.
Oh, I thought you were going to say so you could all die to whatever horrors are on the ship like you almost died here. But that's fair. That's a good point. I could reach out to you.
that was a
Well,
good
for a
joke.
fee, of course.
That was a good joke.
We don't. We don't work.
Sorry.
Or I could
Yankee
collect
humor
all
is
the
a little.
weapons from your dead bodies and keep them for myself.
Give the Yankee humor is a little out there. Get it? Get it?
Get it.
Come on. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't understand the joke.
Cast banish should make him go away. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right?
It's floating through space. All right.
It's been a pleasure.
I will reach out if we're in the area again.
You want to head back?
Thank you.
Does everyone head back?
Finn,
Yep.
I don't want to stay here.
Finn,
Touch my hand. If it
oh,
holds his
thank
hand out.
goodness. I was hoping you were going to do that. And then like,
Immediately grab Finn's hand.
Ryan will just grab his pinky.
If Iran reaches out. Oh, sorry.
Grab her. I guess you're coming with us.
Kind
Or
of
just
it's the
slaps his
Iron
hand.
Wolves thing.
Did we leave anything at the entrance? And before that, I'm going to cast Word of Recall.
The Griffin.
Oh, wait, hold up.
In a flurry of, how do you want to teleport?
Check the tunnels.
It's just going to be like poppies pop up and a little grave shoves up in the middle and we just through the grave and the grave just sucks us through all the way to there. It's like a little grave, like tombstone.
Oh, like the golf hole in Space Jam.
yeah, like the golf
Yeah.
hole in Space
Yeah.
Jam.
Oh my
Do we
God.
pop
Yeah.
out of a grave
That's
when we
two.
get there?
Yeah.
Hands come out first.
Tombstone comes out.
Kurt initially launched into the air like we're a Tom and a Jerry cartoon.
Or like Beetlejuice where the parents come out like
Yes.
in the yard.
Oh,
There you
no.
go.
There you go.
And on the tomb, it says Iron Wolves were here.
There you go. Just-
So, in a blink of an eye, you guys teleport and find yourselves just outside the temple of the House of the Morning Lord.
I teleport a lot, but that was.
Njord throws up.
As you would do.
Oh, boy.
Is the Morning Lord Lathander?
Yes.
I thought it was a Monitor.
It was then, but the person who, what was her name? Michonne, who was in charge of the, I think she died when you guys tried to
right.
save her during the Charlotte Dragon attack. And now it is,
It's the same god. That's fine.
it is a different god now, technically. Because Michonne gave you like, I think she like yelled at you for daring to think it was Lathander. But it's Lathander now, and it's been this way for, 3 years.
I'm gonna keep calling him a Monitor.
I don't care. You can call it whatever you want.
Just don't call her late for dinner.
Right?
What time of day is it actually?
So you guys pretty much went, I think, about first thing in the morning. Everything said and done is probably like midday. We'll call it 2 in the afternoon.
We have one spoil of war. Should I have kept the sword?
Yes.
No.
No, I think you made a very wise decision. We don't know how many of these Githyanki things there are. We can't have a whole invasion of them.
The reason why is because you gave away a sword to get a sending stone for a warning if they attack 10 towns, and I could zap us back here.
Well, I wanted to establish some kind of friendly relationships, but
Well,
they're
remember,
all assholes.
yeah.
Yes,
they did have a dragon last time we saw them.
it's true.
The dragon was a dick too.
Right.
It's just a bunch of dicks.
Nasher, I think it was a wise decision, if only because, for all we know, that's how he tracked us into the tunnels. He said he followed us, but we are all some of us at least, are pretty observant. And we didn't see heads or tails of him.
I'm gonna try to get another one though.
We'll
test that theory.
Up to you.
Next time, just keep it. You earned that fair and square
that's true.
on the field of battle. That should have been your sword. But I understand why you did it. It was honorable.
Trying to be diplomatic.
Also, to be clear, it did kind of clash with your outfit. Just the same.
Are there temple people around?
Silver greatsword.
Temple people?
Like, I don't know, people who work there. I don't know what they're called.
You.
Clerics.
Well,
Clerics.
there's one person who's around who, in my notes, I will have to go and double check. Unless you, because you've been there forever, and you remember her name.
Finn remembers it.
Yeah, Finn.
Andrew does not.
Well, I was
Okay.
gonna call him over to help
I forgot her name.
because we're
Shoot, I forgot her
bleeding
name, too.
profusely over here.
You know what it is? I switched note apps, and half my notes are on one thing and half my notes on the other one.
To the North Look Inn.
I think we should probably at least touch base with the speaker of Bryn Shander.
And you should probably put something on that. That does not look good. It's oozing.
I have seen better.
Can we get some help over here? Ay, ay, ay. We're the Iron Wolves, for crying out loud.
You
A
look.
band-aid at least.
Orion will prestidigitate himself to look fantastically clean, if not bruised.
We just saved 10 towns again. Now, could we get some medication here?
I know the perfect kind, a very specific painkiller. To the bar!
Yeah, we should go see Devesha Shane and tell her that we did it again. Saved all of 10 towns.
I think we should also journey to East Haven and to Goodmead, though. and me and Finn should attempt
This
to.
is no time for a bar crawl.
I was thinking more business than pleasure.
Oh,
Yeah, we
right.
will. But
Right.
They need
You
to
just
work.
died. It seems like the perfect time to celebrate life.
Oh, you're not wrong. Got a point there.
What I was going to say is Goodmead and East Haven being close to Dugan's Hole, if there is any remnant of any mind flare activity, we need to detect it ahead of time. And actually, at this point in time, from what you've told me, the towns have isolated themselves. Maybe we take advantage of that isolation to detect anything that may be infecting those towns and be able to remove it from any problems that could potentially cause it to fester any further.
Like a devil cult.
There's that as well. And they are also isolated.
Yeah, no information's getting in and out of there, huh?
No,
Be a real shame if something happened.
be a crying shame.
It was on our list.
It's a big list.
It is a very
long
big list.
To East Haven then?
Let's go to the North Look, and we can touch base with Duvessa Shane.
Nadia Grave Hollow. It took me that long. Yeah, circled around. She's the one who is in charge of things. For the sake of brevity, she's not even there right now. Thank you.
tracks.
Woo, Alex is on it. Great. Wonderful. Glad to be.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Orion because he looks really bad.
Glad to be called.
And I can't just
I
walk
think-
around watching.
I think we're also about to basically take a short rest.
I
while
was
we
hoping so, but
enjoy
yeah.
some drinks.
I'm at 20.
Didn't you get a potion?
Yes. It wasn't very. It didn't do much.
Oh, okay.
Should we take a night? Get our bearings?
I
would-
mean,
Get a band-aid or two?
it's either
I would
that
like
or I
that.
turn into a very large animal for an hour.
I could hit you
Oh,
out.
of course. I forgot. It's always
North
what I do when
again.
I'm not feeling well.
North Look in, and let's make plans from there.
All right, let's do it.
All right. We make our way to the North Look Inn.
All right. You're at the North Look Inn. It's been an hour.
Cool. Short rest.
You go ahead and mark yourselves up for a short rest. The inn is in better shape since a couple of days ago when you lit it on fire.
We'll fix that.
The
Oh no.
wood has been already replaced. Scram Sacks has been on it, and he tends to your needs, as it were, and gives you whatever food and drink you are looking for. But is generally busy with other things. So he greets you and he's friendly, but kind of lets you about your business. They all take your
Any-
short rests.
Any plans? I don't know what everyone else thinks, but I feel like after that fight, I feel like we need to take better precautions with ourselves. We need more potions and better weapons for Nasher.
I could not agree more.
We need more potions that are very helpful, thanks to Orion. It's a good thing Orion has some. I think 10 Towns doesn't offer that to us.
True.
I have connections in Waterdeep, and we gotta technically go that way for Nasher's thing. And my parents,
I have personal requirements that I need for spell components.
I also need, I need spell stuff too. I want maybe the Harpers would be able to help us out with like some of that stuff. I don't know what you think.
Waterdeep, huh? Never been. Is that nice this time of year?
I mean, Waterdeep's a bit further down the coast, though.
It's warmer.
Well, you think we
I'm
could
in.
probably grab it at one of the closer cities?
I mean, yeah, but I have the Harpers and one there, so they might be able to help us with information. But we don't have to do that. I'm throwing it on the table.
I mean, that's okay. I mean,
Where it's a group decision.
Well, the question is, what is our next goal? Do we think this is over, or do we consider there to be some further threat? I mean, what have we learned so far?
That the mind flares pop up whenever, and we can't do that, and they work in secret, and it's very hard to track.
And if they
We
do,
don't
the
have
Githyanki could at any moment come and destroy all of 10 Towns.
But they'll let us know first.
That is true. But
So
if
are
we're
we-
on our way in Waterdeep,
So we can come back here.
well, we can. We have your
instantly.
thing.
Yeah.
That's true.
That works anywhere. No matter where we're at. Anywhere.
Well, I agree. We do need more supplies. That was sloppy, fellas. We got to have an escape plan next time and more potions. Everyone should be armed to the teeth with potions.
Orion
Teeth full of potions.
glares, having given the entire crew the speech about this.
Bandoliers of potions, vials.
And Yord had a potion.
Instead of those like fake teeth where like you bite into cyanide, there's a potion.
Cyanide, yeah, the cure potion teeth.
You guys remember that thing the Chwinga gave us? That
The spoon.
yes, the magic hut thing. I wonder if we can get our hands on more of those.
My tower not good enough for you?
Well, that doesn't exactly help us in a pinch.
That's fair.
I'm talking about something to. I mean, hey, we almost died. I literally died back there. We gotta have a way. We gotta have a way to protect ourselves if we get in that situation. Now, we are the strongest, most powerful hero group that's ever been seen in the world, but we are not immortal. Well, I might be. That's unclear. But you guys aren't.
Yeah, but
Orion certainly isn't.
as we stare at Linus's eye,
What?
It seems like we at least have a need of getting resources outside of what we have in 10 towns to be able to protect our people. But we've also learned some other things on this inauspicious journey that's suddenly changed all of our plans from a time of celebration to one of war, essentially. We've learned that your parents, Finn, have some hand in what's going on here.
They've teamed up with Nasher's usurper.
Daygold Never Ember.
Yeah, I don't like saying his name.
Neverwinter is somehow involved in it, at the very least. Whether willing or knowledgeable of what they're doing, we don't know. But this goes far beyond 10 towns at this point.
Indeed.
And if we're going to protect those that we love that are here, it seems like we might have to leave them behind after, again, making sure that there's nothing left of the Mind Flayer presence here in either East Haven or in Goodmead. We have to be sure of that first and foremost, so we don't leave an enemy at our backs when we go forward. But I think we need to leave 10 towns.
Yes.
I will need to make sure that my people are taken care of and are able to take care of themselves while I'm gone, and also make sure that my rival isn't around anywhere nearby that could potentially try to make claim on them.
True. I would say the hardest part about cleansing 10 towns is the Mind Flayers hide underground. And we can't detect underground, right? It's hard. And if
No.
you-
Why don't we plug up the hole?
I'm talking about like there could be holes in the city. Or like someone over there has a fighting ring that is supposed to be hidden. So like I don't know where it's at. I'm just saying that it's really hard.
I thought we didn't talk about the fighting ring.
I mean, it's like
That's the first rule of the fighting ring.
It's like pillow fight. It's like pillow fight where there's like, right? Pillow fight ring.
Sure.
Have sleepover.
Yep. As far as you know.
That's what happens in my brain. But
Njord
not
looks around
crazy here.
extremely confused.
I'm not crazy here though, right? Like it's very hard. I'm not.
Are you suggesting we
well-versed.
just hope for the best?
I'm just giving an option. I don't know what to do. I'm not a leader.
What is our path that we will want to take to... I imagine we're going by sea then, to travel to Waterdeep. Is that our plan?
If we are going to Waterdeep, that would be the fastest way, and probably one of the most least dangerous. We would want to get passage somewhere close by, however, whether that be in Luskan or in Neverwinter, or if there's any ports here in Icewind Dale that I don't know about.
Okay.
Would we know about any passes that go south through the mountains? Say if we wanted to skip past Luskan and not go anywhere near that den of vipers?
I came up north through one, didn't I?
I technically was a good track.
The best way to go from Icewind Dale to Waterdeep, if you're going to go there, is to go really by sea, right? Which is what Njord was saying. You have a couple of options to charter a boat that you'd be aware of. I think there's a small port town near the coast on the north side of the spine of the world, and there is also, if you wanted to go to Revel's End, there's a port there as well. That would take you through the sea, moving ice, and around.
Okay, hear me out.
We got a friend.
Hear me out. I know not everyone here was as fond of him as I was, but what do you think if we ask Angajuk? I mean, maybe he wants to see the world a little more.
I do miss Gangajuk.
Like, I mean, I've gotten to visit him a couple of times, and while admittedly some conversations were a little dry, he means well.
The whales migrate?
I'm not a biologist, but I think they can. They're not always in the same spot. Ask the sailor.
In my youth, I saw whales all over the place. Whether they were the same pods of whales, I didn't know. Sometimes we hunted them for meat and blubber and trade goods, whalebone, all of that sort of thing. Sometimes we just observe them in the distance. But
might not want to tell Angajuk about that.
No, of course not. I wouldn't be so crass.
I propose this then. We travel to East Haven, travel through Goodmead. We avoid Dugan's Hold, and we then travel as fast as we can by mount to a port or Angajuk.
Well, there's Revel's End, which is here in Icewind Dale, correct?
It is.
Isn't it north of this?
It's southwest of here.
Oh,
Well, no. Revel's End is north from 10 Towns.
It's north from 10 Towns. What's the city that's southwest? On
Luskin. Luskin is south from 10
No,
Towns.
that's
through the
southeast.
mountains. South from go through the mountains. The mountain pass.
No, I'm talking like southwest of 10 Towns.
There's a little town. There is something there, and I can look it up real quick. But there is a little town that's there.
Is that a port town, or is that
Yeah.
just its own thing separate from? Because I know it's on the coast.
No, there is. Yeah, there is a place that's on the coast.
You trying to avoid Angajuk here?
I'm not trying to avoid him. Just in case he's not someone who likes southern climes. We have a second option. Again, Revel's End.
If I remember, he just wants some companionship. I think he'd be more than willing.
I think that would be a fantastic way to make our way south.
Seems only appropriate.
And it would make sure that we can avoid any places where we would rather not be seen or known.
We could travel through Dugan's Hole to the small town you were mentioning.
It's Shanegarn Ford. It is a small logging village.
Shanegarn Ford. And if Orion could travel and maybe summon Angajuk for us and have him meet us
I could
there.
at least ask if he's interested.
Yeah.
That'd be
And then you could make it
fastest.
back to us, and if not, we just take a boat.
Because we all need at least
Chip.
a day in our own towns to get things organized. I mean, I know Linus at least has Walter to kind of help compensate,
We just
but you need to have at least a day probably to converse with your elders and leadership, and also maybe kill your rival. I don't know how you'd handle it.
I have to find my rival before I can kill him or challenge him.
We'll
But
put it on the list.
I don't know if he's
The
even still
big
in the
list.
tundra. He could very well still be... He could have left Icewind Dale for all I know.
He is a coward.
your rival.
Yes.
Who's your rival?
The coward.
He
Okay.
is...
Okay.
I'm pulling up my notes on my character's information here. Hold on. So, as I was gathering the tribes, I came upon the tribe of the wolf. And I was able to get those members that were still there to join with the rest of our people pretty easily. However, I learned that there was an individual named Erix, who was a member of the wolf tribe, similar to the previous chief of the wolf tribe, who believed himself to be called by Tempest, and in his calling saw it fitting to engage in horrible acts, including cannibalism, as part of the worship of the god of war.
Yeesh.
And he took many of the great warriors of his tribe away with him. He is out there and could potentially be a rival to my power amongst the tribes. And he also has the majority of the great warriors of the wolf tribe that are not with me. I need to ensure that my people are taken care of and won't fall prey to him, either in an attempt for them to be gathered into his own tribe or for them to become prey to his cannibalistic warriors.
That makes sense.
As a side note, his name was Edrin.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I have it written down wrong in my notes, and I will correct that after tonight's session.
Word up. Just as a side note. So when I name drop him later, you can be like,
Yes.
oh, yeah.
That guy.
I should correct that so that I could be like, well, I don't really care about Edrin, but this Eric's guy, I'm watching out for him.
I know.
Yeah, so Edrin. He is a rival to my unification of my people in an attempt to bring them back to an honorable path under Tempest. His way is, of course, dishonorable and is heretical in its stance. And he needs to be stopped, and his warriors must be brought back into the fold. Eventually.
That was a lot.
Yes.
That's a rival.
That's been 3 years worth of me fighting blood, sweat, and tears to try to bring my people into some semblance of peace so that we can rebuild. And it's still not done.
That's a lot.
So I need to make sure that they're taken care of, that they can disappear back into the tundra and not be accosted by him while I'm gone.
You could have asked for some help.
This was something I needed to do.
So be it.
Outsiders coming in to assist would hurt more than help the situation as far as ensuring the people are united.
Yes.
Which is
very
the goal.
insular culture.
Yes.
You had a chance to look at that ring we found?
Oh, not yet. I can take the opportunity to try and examine it further. Over a mead.
That sounds like a good idea.
Well, let's get another round and we can see what we can see.
So we're going to Waterdeep.
I believe that's the plan.
We
How
just
we
gotta-
get there, we don't quite know, but
We just got to make sure if we go by ship, we don't stop for supplies in Neverwinter.
Or
So our
Luskin.
presence, or Luskin, because our presence isn't
Screw that
known.
place.
All that matters.
I might have connections in those ports, though, where you guys can lay low if we happen to need to go by there, where I wouldn't be noticed as anyone of importance other than a sailor.
Fair.
You still have the head of disguise?
Yes.
Could I use it?
Yes.
All right.
I mean,
Well,
I
I-
was initially worried I'd have to use it, but hey, they were looking for a Goliath, and I am not that anymore.
That works. That works.
Well, if we take Angajuk, then we just swim underwater and no one knows we're there.
That's the best case scenario. But we do need to be able to eat and drink. And we can't survive underwater for days at a time.
Can you fish? Off of an underwater
I'm
bubble
sure there is
whale.
a way we could technically do that. That would be very complicated.
Spear them as we swim up on them. Oh, they
I
probably
mean,
just fall
what-
into the
You
water.
have a harpoon.
Well, we can bring
Try to-
It's even
supplies.
easier than that. We just trail our fishing lines out the back of the bubble, and fish chase it and then get caught and reeled in.
Fish are going to chase a whale.
Well, Finn has those berries that he always carries around.
It's true. Oh, no, wait. Done that in a while.
Yes, I haven't had those berries in quite a while.
Yeah, could we get one of those?
They're good.
Yeah, those berries died with Finn
What?
in that tundra.
Oh, the old Finn. Okay.
Unclear, but okay.
Dark, but fine, sure. No more berries.
I don't have those powers anymore.
Whatever that means. We get another round over here. Do we pay for our food here or no?
I'm not.
Well, I'm not either, but I want to know if we're
You know
supposed to.
what? We will roll for it. Go ahead and give me a D. Let's do a percentile. And Alex, you know what? Let's do a D20. Add your charisma bonus and roll with advantage. And if your number is greater than 20, you don't pay.
17.
You do pay.
Hey, Scram Sacks, I hate to do this. Finn found a fly in his potatoes. We're not paying. That's
wasn't good.
It was he choked. He nearly choked. It's a big fly, huge fly, biggest fly I've ever seen.
Finn,
Yeah, so go ahead and roll a deception check, a charisma deception. And here's the thing. When you when you build the reputation that Linus has, I'm going to make you roll this at disadvantage.
Yeah.
The comeuppance.
And as a servant of Tyr,
The first one was a 5. That's still a 16 though. Very deceptive.
Half off.
Scramsack's kind of
We did just burn this place down a little bit ago.
so
We fixed it.
Literally yesterday.
Yeah,
I mentioned it.
Yeah,
I
that's
mentioned
right. It's still smoldering.
no, he's replaced the page
I was
now.
mending. I cast mending.
Oh, great. Then we're good.
I'll give you the chowder for free, but everything else is going to cost you mead and
Great.
ale.
Nasher said put it on his tab.
Nasher's never around to pay his tab.
Sounds like you got a problem with
Nord
Nasher.
carries the money.
Oh no, not Nasher. I thought you were saying Njord. 'Cause Njord's, like
as a servant of Tyr,
Nasher is around to pay his tab.
He's a
Excuse me.
regular here.
You pointed.
He
I
lives
think
in
you pointed to Njord, and I got confused
Oh,
because
wait,
he's
no,
like
Nasher.
away in the tundra. You know, he would never be around to pay. It's okay. Nash put on his tab. Nasher always pays on time, so very good. I will put it on Nasher's tab.
that's fine.
Great. We'll
Hey.
settle that.
Quick question: what happened to your eye?
Yeah,
And
How you
it's-
like it, huh?
And how it's space?
Very nice, huh? I got some work done.
you keep avoiding the question. Why?
What question?
Was
Well,
that
you
just
died.
always under the eye patch?
Oh, I died. I came back. My eye's here. What do you need to know?
Here's the thing: your eye's definitely not there. It's space. It's stars.
A starry night.
Is it an orb, or is it just like behind the lid is space?
So when you look into his eye, it looks like you're looking up into the night sky.
Right. So it's not like an eye that looks like the night sky, but rather just if we were to look through, as if we were looking outside, we were looking up.
His eye looks like an empty void that is filled with stars.
I mean, I could tell you, but you're not gonna believe me.
We fought a god together.
You died and came back.
Very few things you could say.
There are very few things you could. We've just fought mind flares and
A
a giant
gigantic
brain
brain.
thing in a pool of brine.
Tiny little brain things.
Try us. Just try us.
All right. You know, I've been telling you about my girlfirend.
Alicia, right?
Close.
I don't know her name.
Elysia?
Man, you be less-
I always want to say Elijah or something. Elysia, right?
Elysia.
Elysia, yeah. You know, I was telling you about her, and she's smoking hot.
Invisible. Right?
Very,
You said
yes,
she's invisible.
very attractive.
You told me.
Like the most attractive woman you've ever seen.
Okay,
And
stop.
quite elusive.
How's she attractive if she's invisible?
She's not invisible.
You told me she's invisible.
Well, maybe.
I remember.
This might make sense in a
You
second.
said she can go invisible.
I said she's a 10 out of 10 smoking hot. Did we establish that?
Unicorn.
And then me and
Yes,
her.
carry on.
Yeah, well, I want you to know that me and her, you know.
That doesn't explain the
Well,
eye.
Hold on. No, not married, but
At your age.
turns out she's a goddess.
Impressive. Wait, what?
Huh?
What?
All right.
Come again?
Have you heard of Mistra? Huh?
No.
Yes.
You can't be serious.
Yep. So
This is.
Linus puts his hands behind his back and sits back in his seat. Yeah, I got it on with a goddess,
I don't believe you.
and she fixed my eye, and she
Sit upon a
brought
throne
me
of
back to
lies.
life.
Orion just straight up stops paying attention and goes to drink.
It's probably the worst thing. That's the worst lie you've ever told.
What is Mr. Agado?
The one time he tells the truth.
Think
She's a
Orion.
goddess
I
of the
believe
weave.
she's the goddess of the weave, the magic, all of it. Yep. So that's my
See,
girl.
I told you.
He knows too
Gods.
much. Wait,
What
what?
about? He's lying.
I'm not lying. I'm
He
telling the
obviously
truth.
did
Look at the
research
eye.
into this lie.
Okay, it's some fancy trick. We've seen him do.
I swear to goddess.
Besides, he refers to every pretty girl as a goddess.
No, hey, this.
True.
No.
At least do it on
well,
our faces.
That's on brand.
I'm in the eye.
And he tries
Look
to
at the
marry
eye. Does this look normal to you?
What can
No,
it
something
do?
obviously changed.
Yeah, I think I'm a god now.
What?
I could,
That
probably,
I doubt.
I could probably heal that.
You would be a champion.
Wait.
Well, that's I think that's what she
Wait,
said.
wait,
a
wait,
champion.
wait.
Not quite sure what that means, but I'm back. I'm here. I got an eye.
And you follow
I
a deity
kinda-
now.
Follow, have a relationship.
Wait,
on and
wait,
off.
you're not even exclusive with a goddess.
Well, we didn't really go over the terms.
Hubris.
Is she gonna smite you?
A guy like me is hard to nail down.
If you
3
go,
women
with,
have tried.
if
They
you
all
look at
failed.
another girl, is she gonna smite you down?
I can.
Wait, do you think she can do that? Wait,
She's a goddess.
She's like, yeah,
you know these things more than me.
maybe.
I'm not really a religious
You've
person.
had 5 wives.
Does that eye
3
work?
wives. 2 of them were annulled.
Does your eye work? Can you see? If you close,
Yeah, I can see, right? I can see.
Yeah, so you kind of have like almost like a perpetual detect magic kind of thing going on. And so like as you're looking around, you can see the various different items and things like Orion's hat. For instance, is like kind of glowing with magic. You look over to the bass on the wall, and it is definitely not glowing with magic. So it's a weird sort of thing that you're just kind of experiencing at this moment, and you've been experiencing for the past a couple hours.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I can see magical items. Almost like you guys know the detect magic spell.
Yes.
It's like I'm doing that all the time. I'm not even casting anything.
Fascinating.
A nifty trick.
I think he's telling the truth.
I mean, I probably
I'm
could
telling
ask
the
my
truth.
guy.
Can I insight?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Give me an insight check.
A 21 now.
In your experience and the things you've heard about Mystra, the way that Linus is explaining, but this does not seem out of the realm of possibility for something Mystra would do. You've heard of at least 2 other people who've had similar sorts of experiences with Mystra, very intimate encounters with her. One of whom is the renowned wizard known as Elminster. And the other one is a lesser-known wizard, but you've heard his name around, named by the name of Gale.
Okay.
More of a hedge wizard.
I'm gonna... My headspace when I do the ring thing, how much time passes in there?
It's the same time. It's not any different.
No?
So yeah,
No
if
time
you were gonna
dilation?
if you're gonna go into your so for those of you who are listening, Nasher has a ring of mind shielding within which is a soul already, and he is able to communicate with that soul. And so when you do that, no time doesn't pass any differently. So if you were going to do it right now, basically everybody would watch your eyes kind of roll up in your head, and you would just sit there.
Well, I heard the name Elminster, and so
You did, yeah.
might ask about that. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of check out of the conversation.
Great, he's doing the thing.
He's doing the thing. What's so funny about all of this is like you all have such very interesting ways that you do things, but like everybody else in your group would just be like, oh, it's the thing that he does. And he just comes out of this, he seemingly goes into a trance. Where in any like normal, rational thing, like if Steven were just like his eyes roll up and then he would just gonna stop talking, we would all be so concerned. And then if he like snapped out of it and went, I just had a conversation with someone, we would all freak out and be like, you need help. But, it's Magic World, and so, okay, great. So, Nasher, you go ahead and tap into the ring. You find yourself standing in a kind of white void. There is a simple kind of plain wooden door before you. This is kind of and this is familiar to you, this is the way that you would basically knock to ask the individual on the other side to open up and offer a communication with you.
Okay, I'll go up and knock on it. And go, Hello?
You can hear
Housekeeping.
you hear a voice on the other side. Always when I'm in a bath, by the gods. And then you can hear water and then some footsteps, and the door opens up, and there you recognize Volo.
Complete with his hat.
He's wearing his hat and a towel. He's dripping wet. He is standing in what is essentially a large study. There are bookshelves that line the walls that are filled with, from beginning to end, with books and scrolls and pages. Over on the right, there is a large desk upon which are several pieces of paper and ink pots, like several ink pots with quills. There's a fire over there with a couple of seats next to it, a pile of books that he seems to be in the middle of reading. You know, all of these books and all the things here are his own memories in mind. It's not like he's not actually gaining any new information as he's spending time here. He's just perusing his own thoughts and memories and information, and using the time to write a memoir that he's going to try to remember if he ever gets out of here. And off to the side there, you can see there is a sort of screen that's set up, and a bath. You can sort of see the bathtub half sticking out of there, and he kind of looks and, well, I was in the middle of something. Is it really important?
Why do you bathe? How do you get dirty here?
Well, I don't, but I find it relaxing.
That's fair. Real quick then. Do you want to be returned to life? At least 2 of my companions now can restore your soul to a body.
You restore my soul to a body, you say?
Yeah, hopefully. Isn't that why you're in the ring in the first place?
Well, I'm in the ring because I was slaughtered by goblins in a strange little camp. Of some old ancient temple, I believe. But as far as if your friends have the magic to extract me from this infernal now paper prison, I would be more than happy to have them offer their services, and would love to find myself within a body. I can say it would take some very powerful magic to have such a thing, as I don't know where my body is.
Can it be any old body?
I would hope it would be my body, or a better one.
A better one? So a giant?
A giant's body.
I've been a giant. It's actually pretty awesome.
My problem with giants, I have a hard time walking into libraries and going about my business, exploring things when I am in the body of a giant. I think that would find it very difficult, especially if I wanted to visit, let's say, a small halfling town where perhaps I can encounter a halfling who, I don't know, found a magic ring or something. That would be very difficult to do as a giant.
Well, I will see if we can find a way to do that. I will continue that search. I also had a question about Elminster.
Oh, well, come on in then. Have a seat. It seems like you're going to be here for a minute.
One of my companions, Linus, you remember him?
He walks around, while you're talking, he walks around behind the screen, and he throws a towel over and begins changing.
Seems to have been gifted with a magic eye. Not eye so much, but with the power of detecting magic by none other than Mistra. She has apparently chosen him to be her new champion. Is this significant information to you?
Significant. I would say so. It's not very often that we find people who are chosen. I mean, I can think of a handful of them. Elminster, as you mentioned, is one of these chosen of Mistra. But it is always a treat, and being a chosen of a god would bestow upon you certain responsibilities and powers. That would be a thrill to see and experience. I would love to meet your friend at some point and find out what it is that how it is he came across this opportunity.
You mentioned responsibilities. That's actually what I wanted to ask about. What does Mistra typically expect from her champions?
Well, in my experience, and Elminster would be a far better source here. In my experience, Mistra tends to select champions who already are in the motion or in the process of accomplishing something that she would want to have accomplished. In the case of Elminster, for instance, when he became her chosen, he had already sworn to defeat a group of evil mages who had taken over his homeland. And Mistra, in her infinite knowledge of the weave and things, decided that it was in her interest to see him gain that power and to sort of guide him along that path.
So it's likely we are already set upon the task she has for him.
It's very likely that he would, yes, in not so many words, yes, it's very likely that your friend was already pursuing some kind of path that she found intriguing enough to intervene.
I think that'll be all I need to know.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're welcome back anytime. I love the company, as I'm lonely here. Very, very lonely.
I could leave Glanadel for you.
Oh, that would be lovely. I would certainly.
He's much friendlier now.
Well, okay, that's what I was going to say. He's as much as I love Glanadel, he is a very intimidating feline, and I wouldn't want him to be around if he was as intimidating as he is.
Last time he just stood there staring at him menacingly,
Big danger kitty.
Yes.
licking his chops.
Can I just call forth Glanadel into my mind space?
Yeah, so you are able to. So, for those, again, who are listening, in the first campaign, you were gifted a statue made of ivory that is in the shape of a crag cat, which is a native predatory feline to Icewind Dale. And you were able to use this as a sort of figurine of wondrous power and call forth Glanadel, who is... whose name in Elvish translates to common as Moon Whisper. And in doing so, had this sort of companion with you. You develop such a relationship with Glanadel that as you enter into this space, Glanadel sometimes accompanies you, as he had pursued you in your dreams for a long time in order to sort of garner a level of respect from you. And so you are able to tap into your connection with this otherworldly entity and call him forth. Glanadel is a large-sized cat, almost the size of a horse, with intimidatingly, yes, I'm getting looks from the sound crew. Yeah, he's a very large cat. His fur is white as snow. And he has piercing blue-gray eyes. And as you let him in, he kind of walks over near the fire, paces in a sort of circle, and then lays down, resting his head on his paws. You can see his claws kind of extend for a moment and scratch into the carpet. And Volo kind of looks and, yes, well, it'll be exciting anyways. Certainly a change of pace.
Good. Glanadel, keep Volo company. And I'll leave.
Sure. So I'll say though, while Glanadel is here, you won't be able to use him until you pop back in and retrieve him from Volo.
Okay,
as a little side note. So you leave the kitty behind, and after a few moments, your eyes kind of roll out of your head, and not just out of your head, you're
need some new eyes.
And roll away.
Oh no, not again.
So while Nasher is having this conversation, which takes somewhere in the realm of 15 minutes or so, what are the rest of you guys doing?
I am hounding Linus for more details about his relationship with Mistra, because that thoroughly interests him, and he wants to know more about it. So what is it like to be a servant of a goddess of her kind of caliber?
I don't know. It's new. I don't really, to tell the truth, I don't really fully understand it. Finn, maybe you could. I mean, you're a man of a god too, Njord. But
both are.
what does it mean to be a champion? She wasn't very clear.
Well, typically, if you are a devotee of a specific god, such as myself with the god Tempest, worshipped by my people, a god of war, you learn what the god wants. What the god desires of his followers.
Oh, I know what she wants.
Her followers in this instance. And you do that. That would bring them glory, that would appease them, that would bring them any level of joy, or that they call their followers to do. So I think you might have some research to do. For Tempest, it's fight honorably on the battlefield. He doesn't show favor either way. When I'm fighting a honorable warrior, Tempest is with both of us. He's there for honorable combat and to complete honorable combat and to be part of it.
So he's just a spectator in those cases?
Not always a spectator. He might give favor one way or another depending on it, but it's not always. I can't say that I am directly a recipient of his good grace, when there could very well be a knight or another warrior on the other side of the field who also is a devotee of Tempest and who Tempest is also watching over.
That sounds so confusing. It's like you're a gladiator in an arena and you just don't know if the guy upstairs is going to give you a thumbs up or down.
It's not about getting a thumbs up or down. It's about engaging in the conflict. It's about being
Participation trophy?
That's putting it very, very poorly and lightly.
So if you have two paladins of Tempest
Yes.
fighting each other, and they smite the other one,
Yes.
that means Tempest is hitting this person because they hate them, using their power, and then they smite the other one, and it's just smiting back each other. So using Tempest power.
It means double the glory to Tempest.
Oh,
So wait.
Can't argue with that
He's
logic.
handing you a magic club to beat your opponent with, and then he hands the same club to your opponent. I mean, at least that's fair.
And then you see who comes out on top. It's about the competition. It's about the
Clearly
struggle.
Tempest. Either way, he is a...
I mean, doesn't your god call you to struggle towards some goal?
no.
No?
No, well,
He's the final
For-
arbiter. He waits for him.
for Kellenvor, I know we're just tasked to be there with the people as they pass on. So, like, when people are dying, we would like one of our Kellenvor priests to be with the person, to like walk them through and comfort them through, and like be the person who walks them to death.
And what do you guys know about this Mistra? You guys know anything?
Significant amounts. But mostly from the Weave side. She's been kind of hands off.
You don't think she's expecting me to like build a temple and do the whole prayer thing?
No. The Mistra's not typically that kind of...
Oh, good.
And each god
Sounds
has
like a
their
lot.
own.
Because, like, I mean, I've been with women with baggage, but this is
I'll put it this way, from what I know of her, when she chooses champions, which is not common, she doesn't desire lots of worship like a lot of other deities. No pointing fingers. But she normally requires some sort of great effort, so I hope you are up to the task, my...
well, you know me. Maximum effort all the time.
Right.
Would it be weird if I asked her to worship me sometimes?
Yes.
Orion just maintaining eye contact will sip his beer until his eyes can no longer be seen over the rim. Oh, Finn, I've been meaning to ask. That good beer.
How was that?
You had contacts in Waterdeep. Could you extrapolate upon that?
Yeah, as I've said multiple times,
Yes, the Harpers. What?
Yeah.
Tell me more. I know of
Just
them.
a
I've
worship
only
group?
encountered one.
where's your two, me, and yep. We're just a group of people trying to do some good things.
Okay, that is incredibly vague. Nord would say the same bloody thing.
And he would be correct.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. Am I wrong?
Yes, but okay, yeah, but you're not just a harper because you claim it to be. There has to be more to it.
I don't know. I just like,
I've never learned to play the harp, so I don't know.
Oh, you mean harpsichordist?
What is that?
It's like
we want to know.
it's like a piano.
Well, I'm confused.
except a lute.
What's a piano?
Never mind.
Please keep in mind, I have lived on the sea and in the tundra my entire life.
I get it. You're a
I've-
barbarian.
Excuse me. I have seen cultures. I have lived outside of the tundra.
From
He's
a
a
distance.
He's a king. He's a double king.
Quadruple
Triple
king.
Quadruple king. That's impressive.
Wait, so you're more of an emperor?
No.
A
there's-
king over multiple kings is an emperor.
I don't have kings under me, though. I just am the king.
Well, I'm a god, so
Again, still to be determined. Being a champion of a god doesn't make one a god. I'm not a god, and I've been a champion longer than you
agree
have.
to disagree.
Okay, so we've got the champion of a god, champion worshipper of a god, the champion of a god, whatever number of kings, add the extra hat stack of kings over there.
I don't.
He's
wear
a king,
hat.
supposedly.
He's an inheritor. I mean, yes, I forgot. He's a little distracted.
Nasher's still like eyes rolled up, talking to Volo.
Njord grabs his drink because Njord's drink is gone. And he takes a sip out of Nasher's drink and puts it back up. Just a small sip.
Notice his hand's still on the clasp, and you just kind of move it, the whole hand and all.
Yeah, just grab his hand and pull it up.
But Orion, the Harpers are just a group of people who just take an oath to make sure the realm is good and defeat evil.
So they're kind of
It's like
like
us.
ungoverned marshals.
Yeah, they're like you know how like there's like crews that like scurry around underneath the darkness and do things, but for evil, well, they do it for good.
So they're vigilante.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, but they're not vigilantes. They're officially commissioned. You know that giant prison that sits at the north of our area,
Rebels
the 10
End?
towns? They run that.
Oh,
That takes money. You can't just run the prison.
Oh, it has
on,
money.
What?
Not that.
Can I be a harper?
You don't get paid.
Oh, never mind.
Yes, but there's a reason they don't get paid, because it's all going to that prison and probably their hideouts or whatever.
Yeah, it's
Wait.
a bad prison.
I mean, it is tall.
I mean, I actually had stuff to go there and do, but it's probably doesn't matter now with how terrible 10 Towns is. Well,
Hey.
and also good.
We have more bigger concerns.
Should we
You'll be there when you...
should we prank Nasher while he's doing his thing?
That seems kind of rude.
I'm pretty sure he would you'd see death again.
Well, I mean,
Do you want to meet my god?
it seems like an opportunity.
But Nasher's like the friendliest among us.
That's why it's funny.
You know, if you do something to him when you're sleeping, he's gonna shit on your face or something like that.
You think he would do that?
Wait,
I wouldn't doubt it.
are you implying...
He's a barbarian.
Are you implying a royal
He's a barbarian. Like that explains anything.
like a royal poo? You should be honored.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Bad idea. All right.
like a Stanley steamer, just right in your chest.
Disgusting. All right.
But Finn, I can't believe I'm saying this, but your time amongst the clergy has been actually worse for your vocabulary.
Oh, I've always been like this.
You're not very descriptive. That's true.
I just didn't. It was a job. We had a job to do, so I just didn't talk to you at all.
Oh,
But now you're off duty and you
I
can.
mean, I grew up in Waterdeep with the Harpers, so in the under sewers. So I'm gonna have sewer talk.
okay. So if your Harper friends are so hard to find because they're off doing goody, how will you contact them to let them know we're here to help?
There's a headquarters.
Oh,
Also, I have contacts.
that makes it easy. To an extent.
Harpers can find.
have
Harpers.
you been spying on us for them? Like reporting what we've been doing?
Finn just smiles.
Rude. Secondly,
Hey,
I don't know how you feel.
No, this
about
could be
that.
good. It spreads the Iron Wolf's name even further.
I didn't tell
Marketing,
anybody.
branding, advertising.
You haven't told anyone?
I've been with you the entire time.
Oh, welcome back, Nasha.
No, I didn't notice you were back.
Nobody?
I've been with you the entire time.
Yeah, but we told
then
you
I-
could send some letters.
Well, it turns out that my contact in this town was actually a devil. So, you remember this?
Yeah, there were ramifications for that, weren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one I...
Renair
Oh,
left.
that one.
Quite a hurry.
By the way,
Yeah.
never mind.
The devil was manipulating all the stuff I was sending back and Rhaenyra was sending back to the Harpers. So it's the devil work within that.
Is that going to be an issue if we go to Waterdeep?
Rhaenyra's there? It shouldn't, but we should also take care of this.
Haven't heard from Renair in a while.
I mean, he.
Stop mid-sentence.
You're right.
I should let you know the devil is not forgiven us.
Good.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
completely out of the loop on this.
What?
More devils?
Okay. So.
When we fought the Durgar,
Yeah.
I convinced the devil to tell us all its secrets. He was very pissed.
You were
And then
there.
we killed him.
Oh, right.
I remember you were there.
That.
I was there,
We
yes.
banished him. He's still
But-
alive in the pit.
Interesting.
He had a hat.
Yes.
Turns out he was my
Is it-
contact And I spilled a lot of beans about all
Ooh,
of this.
that's awkward.
Yeah. And a lot of things we're going to do to tell the Harpers what's happening in 10 towns because that's my job.
Do you know what we could do?
Well, I need the hat.
Once we... Speaking of which, I will give it to you now so I don't forget. This was his hat. It does not have that smell. I would note, so because the devil got all that stuff, I know it's a little bit of brimstone, but we should totally take a field trip to Avernus to kill said devil once and for all.
Are you out of your damn mind?
No. Get it? No, that was Linus. That was Linus an hour ago. Hey!
Inspiration.
Yay!
He was out of his mind.
His mind was out of him.
It's true.
So, but you know, he knows important things about us, and also I hate him.
Well, we'll add it to the list.
So there is a list of things, but how would you suggest we do that?
I can take us there.
To hell.
Yes. I require a tuning fork associated with the plane, though,
How does one come across these?
by going to Waterdeep.
Oh, that's fair.
My parents might have one.
Wait, we're really considering this?
I have
That'd be one of
Really, Linus?
things that
Linus?
must be done.
That's fair.
And one of them is to kill that devil. Again, forever.
Speaking of devils, we have some resident ones here still in 10 towns.
Just the worshippers, which is almost as bad.
True. But leaving them here, well, they've been here for 3 years.
Over 3 years.
It's
Over 3
insidious.
years.
They haven't done anything.
True.
What do you...
Actually
But-
been quite helpful.
To be fair, they might fight the Mind Flayers for us. If Mind Flayers attack.
I don't like making deals with devils or devil worshippers
It's not a,
and leaving them to be the ones to watch our backs while we're gone.
And spread their influence.
Indeed.
However, devils told by their contracts. It tastes awful even saying it. But they do stay by their word. It's just the fine print you have to worry about. You know, inside the R's and inside the A's, the very tiny print.
Yes.
yeah, those, gotta watch out for those a-holes.
Fine.
The a-hole.
Okay, inspiration.
All right, here you go. Inspiration.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Idiom for inspiration.
This whole conversation is just to load up on inspiration.
That's what I think you guys are
Yeah.
doing, milking it.
Done with that ring?
Oh, yes, ring. Give me 10 minutes and he will cast. Wait, actually,
You're supposed to be doing that the whole
He doesn't even
time.
have that prepared yet.
Just
I will-
Mitchell would cast it out of your book, right?
Oh, yeah, I could. So, yeah, he will identify.
By the way, Linus, I don't believe that you're actually with Elmistra, and I'm half tempted to contact my god to ask him if you're telling the truth or not. I'm
You
just
know,
letting
I
you know.
don't really care if you don't believe. It's the truth.
No, it just surprises me.
You're just
spoke
jealous
with
is what it
Volo.
is. It's called jealousy.
Oh,
I spoke with Volo. He said Elminster had also been chosen by Mistra to be a champion.
Wait, who is this guy?
Jealous Linus.
Greatest magic user in all of Faerun.
Sounds like he's compensating for something.
Elminster? Sounds
Yeah.
Spanish for
Like, as he's drawing
I think
with
he needs
chalk,
to compensate.
us like arcane symbols in a circle on the table itself for the identify spell. Yes, he is one of the most powerful in any wizard order of this plane, rivaled by only a few mythical names that kind of trickle over from others. Even Mordenkainen respected him. Oh no, one moment.
We get it. He's pretty great.
I was
Yeah,
meant
he's pretty
that
great.
like him to do.
So, you know, in your favor, it seems like Mistra chooses great men, but she also sets them upon a task that they are already underway with. Has she talked to you about any big things she needs you to do?
Did I don't remember her saying anything. Am I missing something?
She offered you an opportunity to She offered you the opportunity to become her chosen. She did not elaborate on what that meant or what that would require of you. She just said that you need to do this.
That's what I thought.
Or
Okay.
she not that you need to. She asked you if that was something you wanted to do, and you jumped on it.
We decided not to put labels on things, you know. When things are going well, let them go well. Don't need to complicate things. So, no. She didn't tell me to do anything.
Did she tell you of anything? Knowledge granted by a goddess might be important.
Mention any dire threats.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, I'm in line to, I don't know, whatever the next stage after you die is, and I'm trying to get out of there. So I kind of was focused on getting out of there. Didn't really think to ask any philosophical or questions of goddesses that she may or may not know. I don't know.
You mentioned before, though, that you've had many encounters with this mysterious and now known god. At any point before, did she mention anything important?
Well, she always did seem to know things, but she would never elaborate on exactly what it meant. She'd always say, like, well, she mentioned that someone was coming, and that we didn't have much time, but I,
Was it her?
Was she coming?
There wasn't much
Not
time.
a kid show.
not at that time.
Oh my.
We'll talk later. Guys, I think she was talking about the elder brain, but maybe not.
That would make sense that she would warn you about that.
But
Okay.
it's possible that's not what she was talking about. Perhaps she'll show up again like she did before. I don't know.
Did she give you? She didn't. So no dire warnings, no flee.
Well, she just said we didn't have much time.
Can you contact her?
I mean, I don't know. You're the holy guy. How would...
I just
Normally she'd just pop up out of the blue. I would never summon her. She would just appear. And
When does that happen?
usually when I'm alone.
Okay.
so maybe before bed tonight.
Yeah, we'll send you back to East Haven by yourself.
Or I guess that's all right. Maybe she'll show up. Or maybe I could do the prayer thing if you could show me how.
I mean, I just innately talk to my god.
You just talk.
Well, like I set some things out and like say
Well,
hello.
light a mood candle or something.
That's good. I could woo her. That's a good point.
You do something that is uniquely you. I think she chose you for a reason. 'Cause you are Linus, not Finn.
Yeah. So I sit there and I like say a couple like prayers and light some incense and yeah, set the mood. Like yeah.
And now cast major image of her, and then hope she infuses the image with reality.
Well, that's weird.
That would be actually weird.
Wizards.
Okay.
Oh, Levier Flerus.
What?
Did you have a stroke?
No, he says,
Ryan, are you
as
okay?
he finishes ritually casting, identify.
Oh my gosh! I thought we had to go to the hospital for this.
It's reveal yourself backwards, okay?
Oh.
Nice.
Oh my god, that was so great. Oh man, thanks for that heads up. Okay, so you cast Identify on the ring, and the ring it identifies as a ring of free action. When you wear the ring, difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement. In addition, magic can neither reduce your speed nor cause you to be paralyzed or restrained. Magic cannot do that. Okay.
We could still be restrained with mundane means if we're wearing the ring.
You know, yeah, like if you have a kinky
Ring of, what
girlfriend or
was it
something.
called specifically?
It's called the Ring of Free Action. So, after having your appropriate amount of drinks and laying out your discussions about gods and the like, I think you guys have developed a plan, or maybe you haven't. But what is your plan?
So you're going to go to East Haven, get your city situated. You're going to go to your people, get that whole situation. I'm going to go get my griffin tomorrow and fly and see if Angojuk would be willing to assist us. And if yes, then we will meet him somewhere along the coast. If no, then we will be heading down to find a ship to charter to the south.
Are we going to at all attempt to see if there's any further elements of mind flayers in East Haven or Goodmead?
It's an excellent question.
How'd you detect them, Nord?
I am
What
able
did
to
you-
detect good and evil
Okay.
from time to time.
I might have to pray about that spell tomorrow morning.
I can also leave tonight and get my people situated on their way. They shouldn't be too far. They just left this morning, and I can easily catch up to them. There's women and children and baggage trains. They wouldn't be going that fast, so I can come back tomorrow, and you and I can put our heads together on what to do about that.
Well, I have a lot of I could probably detect a lot of good and evil tomorrow and just use all of my strength and godly powers to do that as we run through town and try to detect everything.
Yes.
Why
At
don't
least
we do that
find
together?
any hint of it. If there is a hint of it, we need to figure out what to do about it. But
Okay,
we
is
could-
slight problem. It detects good and evil. What if it's just bad people?
it will tell us what specifically it is and finds things like mind flares.
Oh.
Not just people that have bad intentions. Otherwise, all of East Haven would just light up like a Yule tree.
Well, he's not wrong.
What's a mule tree?
Yule.
Yule.
Oh,
Why
I said
you-
mule.
Also
You know-
known as Candlemas or Midwinter's Eve.
Oh, I thought it just reached
The darkest night of the
deer.
year.
Oh, I don't know.
Multiple cultures have different celebrations and names for it, but
That's better than a mule tree.
Yes.
I don't know what you would do with a mule tree.
probably just a tree on the back of a mule. And
Or animate it if you're a necromancer.
Oh, you need to skin a mule.
That's
that was weirdly dark for you.
Yeah, I've been in situations.
I mean, if it's dead, it's just a mule.
Situations.
Also, we were talking about supplies.
Oh yes, supplies.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Do one of you want to
I
go?
will never talk to that crazed madman who burns scrolls for warmth. Sorry. It's the only person I know who sells potions now.
Who wants to talk to Tim then?
was Tim
Wait, Tim's still around?
was Tim a devil too?
No, Tim just left. He ditched.
I have no
Which
idea.
was smart. He didn't get burned, I think.
Him should be fine.
Did he
He
even
was in
come back?
Tourmaline, which was completely torched.
Yes, but did he come back? I haven't seen him.
Did Tim?
In the 3 years.
Realization he was in Tourmaline, which was completely destroyed.
We never did confirm whether or not Tim was alive or not.
There's a
one-
lot of missing people.
I will say
still.
this. After the events, I don't think anybody in our conversations from the end of the last campaign to the beginning of this one, nobody has indicated that they've bothered to go check on Tim. So you don't know whether or not Tim the Enchanter is still in Tourmaline.
Okay, I guess that'll be my job then. I'll go check on Tim.
All right, so what? 24 hours. We meet back here.
Or meet back in East Haven.
Well, we can meet in East Haven. Even better for me.
But if we are going to take on Gujuk, isn't technically here closer to the coast?
True, but again, we have to deal with the possibility that mind flayers might still be in Goodmead and East Haven.
Okay, that's fair.
We don't want to leave an enemy at our backs.
I mean, either way, I'm flying, so it's no skin off my feathers.
and I have a horse. I should be able to go very fast.
No skin off my mule.
You already have inspiration, you fool.
Yeah, you guys see your good lines.
So East Haven then.
All
To
right,
East
so
Haven. Oh, wait.
let's go around real quick. We'll start with Finn. What do you do during your? So it sounds like you guys are giving yourselves the rest of the day, and then meeting up tomorrow in East Haven. It's kind of the plan. So, Finn, what are you going to do?
What time is it right now?
Let's call it 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. All right. Finn is just gonna chill in the bar. I'll probably go get. Oh my gosh, I have like no gold left. I'll
We have a party pot I can help.
It's no, I got it. It's fine. I'm rich. Finn is going to just gather some like travel supplies for what he can for like 2 weeks worth of. Nord, you sailed ships. Do you know how long it would take to get from here to south on a ship to Waterdeep on a ship? Like a
From
week?
here, depending on where we left from, there would be a difference between going from Luskan and also going from
Luskan.
Revel's End. There'd be a
Luskan.
if we were to go from Luskan,
Like a week?
I'd say probably somewhere a week with favorable winds, a little bit less.
So we can, in this realm, by the way, it's a 10-day, just so we're on the same page.
A 10-day.
All right.
Probably a little bit less if with favorable winds and weather.
Okay.
Revel's End, probably a little bit more than that because we'd be coming from further north. We'd have to come around the horn of where the mountains meet the sea.
All right. Finn's just going to try to get a 10 days worth of rations.
Just for you?
Yeah, and then I want to stock up on like incense from my clergy and all that stuff.
I like to
and
think all of your
holy water
is incense and all of mine is background.
and holy water. He's going to refill most of his bottles because he carries a holy water bottle on his hip. He's going to refill multiple bottles of holy water and multiple flasks of holy water just so he has it. I know we can pray over holy water to make it holy, but I'm just going to have that and just get supplies for spell components.
Okay.
And 10 days worth of rations.
Okay. You have a few options available to you for where you can. Let's do this. We'll say that. Okay. Trying to decide how much I want to.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
If it's more than 17 gold, then give me 17 gold. That's all I got.
Well, it's not so much the cost of the thing, but you make your way first to the House of the Morning Lord, which is where you've been spending most of your time since the end of the first campaign and where you've had your religious conversion. And you do find Nadia Grave Hollow there, whose name I had to look up and now remember. And she is, at that moment, the House of the Morning Lord is empty. And she is sort of just tending to the altar, refreshing the candles that are there, and preparing for, the evening. You do know where you've been here for 3 years, so you know where, like, there's a stock of holy water in the back, and some other things as well.
Okay, and then I'll go salt. I'm assuming there's, I'll take my 6 silver and then change them out for copper pieces, so I can have, if people die, I can cast General Repose on them and make sure they don't become zombies.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to get some of that, get some salt, get some alcohol for casting spells and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I'll just, well, Nadia, I guess last time wasn't goodbye. But I think I'm going to go, we're going south to Waterdeep. Do you know of anyone that I should, do you know if there's any, like, Kalimvor worshippers or, like, places in Waterdeep? Like, I don't know. It's a big place, and I never really paid attention because I was always underground. So, and I also thought gods were fake wizards, and not actual gods. So,
well, I'm glad to see that you are moving on, and exploring the next phase of your journey. Honestly, I think it's time. In Waterdeep, you would want to visit the City of the Dead.
that makes sense.
That is a ward within Waterdeep, and so Waterdeep is broken up into many wards. The City of the Dead is where the cemetery is, and where most of the city's dead are buried. there you would find any number of places, I'm sure, that would have Kellenfor worshippers.
All right. Is there anyone in Waterdeep you might want to contact? Or I can relay a message? Or on the way?
Well, if you if you're passing by Fendalen, I actually have a friend there. If you could deliver a letter for me, would be great.
Yeah, if I'm Fendalen, I think it's south of Waterdeep.
Well, Fendalen's closer to Neverwinter.
Oh, it's north.
But if you're
Okay.
going to Waterdeep, and then we'll be heading north to Neverwinter, and you want to venture to the south side,
I could take a letter.
okay. Well, let me go ahead and I'll write it up, and I'll give it to you here in a little bit.
You'll have it. You can take time on it. I think we're gonna leave tomorrow afternoon, when the sun sets. Hopefully.
Okay.
So, also be on the watch out for mind flayers because they might pop up in town. So,
I'm sorry.
Oh, by the way,
Your parting words are always like unsettling for this lady.
Appeals to chew 5 gum.
it's just a thing. And then if that happens, a bunch of other people might come and attack, but then we'll be back because we'll be warned. We'll let us know, and I'll teleport back. I don't know if you have a way of contacting me. I don't think you do. Yeah. Well, hopefully, if things go bad, we'll be back. Hopefully, so watch out for mind flayers. They're bad. We took care of them. A lot of them in the big brain. We cut up the big brain, but then we cut most of them, and they're all pretty much dead. So hopefully they're all right. And bye.
bye.
Okay. That was a lot.
All right, I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
So, for the sake of brevity, when you come back the next day, she has a letter prepared, which she has sealed, and she hands to you. In Fendalen, you can give this to Sister Gareli. She is a cleric of Timora. Also, she's a close friend of mine, and has tried on several occasions to get me to join up with her little faction. Being in Fendalen, she's a little isolated, and I'm worried about her, and think that perhaps it'd be good for her to just receive a comforting word. She keeps telling me that she's a Harper member, and she tried in years past to get me to join, but I've just never really felt that sort of calling. I think you've mentioned before having a connection to the Harpers.
Yeah, I'm a Harper. It's a pretty cool group of peeps.
Well, maybe she could have some information for you. Deliver this letter if you're passing that way, and maybe she could give you some news.
Her name was Sister Gareli?
Gareli, yeah.
Gareli. Okay. Okay, thank you. I will do that. I wish you the best of things.
She sort of takes her hands and smiles, and you get the impression from her that she's really looking at you in the way that almost like a mother would look at a child who is kind of like leaving the house, and because she spent the past 3 years essentially nursing you back from this dark place that you were in before. And her eyes start to sort of well up, and I'm sorry, I just can't take it. And she gives you a big hug.
I'll just hug her back.
And
thank you for walking me through my second life.
I hope that we meet again under better circumstances.
Hopefully in the afterlife.
Well, hopefully not that late.
Oh, Finn.
Okay, so that was the 2 days, and then you make your way to East Haven to join up with the rest of the group.
Correct. Were me and Nord doing something? Oh, wait till after.
Let's go through the group first, and then we'll kind of from what we're doing.
All right, so Orion, what are you up to?
Well, the first thing he would have done is head straight back to Lonelywood, where he would have conferred with, I guess, who would be second in command, I guess, in there? Or is there a little elder? Obviously, he would have met up with Jan Elvish Moon Butler and the young Silver Dragon to inform them of what his next plans are, but he does need to at least tell like the rest of the leadership of Lonelywood.
The rest of the leaders? You mean the rest of the speakers of the towns?
No, just Lonelywood's like leadership. Like I know he's kind of the head of it, but did it have any other like prominent members who he'd normally discuss plans with and stuff like that?
So you're this.
Like
you could designate one if you wanted.
I will. I will charge the Red Yeti Hunter because he used to be stationed out of there to at least kind of take a defensive role to basically be head of the town watch, so to speak, and protection, since he's the most skilled fighter I know out of that town. Next to, the ancient elf that most of the townsfolk are kind of like, oh, it's the guy who always is in deep clothing.
Is that Sonar? So you're referring to Sonar, your undead elfin warrior that you found. Do you want to charge him with leadership? Oh, no, you said the Red Yeti Hunter.
Yeah, kind of a mix, because I didn't know how prominent his character he actually was within the town, because he's a hunter, so he's often not present. So that's the big question.
And to answer your question, I mean, so given that you are the, you can do whatever you like. He is often not in town though because he's a hunter, so he's usually not. Okay, so Sonar, your undead elven. So the spoiler alert for anybody who's running through Icewind Dale right now. But Sonar is competent enough, and you find him in your tower that you have erected over the past year. Inside your tower, you find two individuals who are your normal residents. The first is the silver dragon wormling that you have been allowing to live here. Tutoring, the one that you found within Grimskala, from the egg within Grimskala, and has hatched. He is in that moment kind of laying on a desk, pouring through some books, and just kind of enjoying reading next to the fire. And nearby, Sonar is selecting books for him. And you can hear his voice as you enter into the tower, and he's going, no, not that one. The one next to it, the big red one. Are you colorblind? And you hear Sonar going, yes, I am colorblind. I don't know why I can't see color. I just can't. I mean, this one here. No, to the right. Okay, here. And he kind of pulls down and walks over and drops a big red book in front of the wormling. Did you have a name for the wormling?
Argent.
Argent.
I know it's not super creative since it basically means silver, but...
Sure. And so Argent is at this moment, then he's flipping over the book, and his talon is sort of very gently dragging along the pages, and he's beginning to read through it. And as you enter in, Sonar turns and... hello, Orion.
Hello. Everything going well? Argent's not causing too much trouble? He gives a knowing look at the very, very, very smart young wormling.
Oh, not any more than usual.
Anything unexpected or untowards happening in town? He says suspiciously.
Well, the buzz around town is that some of the resident fishermen have gone to sabotaging each other's boats and rods. It seems that there is a bit of a rivalry stirring up even within the small town of Lonelywood.
Keep an eye on it. As long as it doesn't get out of hand, it can be quite a course of excitement for our community.
I'm already ahead of you. And he reaches up and taps his eye, which is missing his eye socket, which is missing an eye.
Oh no. You literally...
Keeping an eye on the situation.
You know the townsfolk already kind of give you the side eye. No, don't give me that look.
It's the only look I know how to give. I only have one.
You've lived centuries. Yeah. All right, so again, as long as it doesn't get out of hand, it should lend to some excitement. So nothing untoward. No one's face is going all tentacle-y or squiddy. We had some activities down south. We killed a giant brain.
Nothing like that around here.
No sign of a red dragon with green men riding it.
At the mention of a red dragon, Argent's head kind of peeks up, and you can see the frill, which he has on the top of his head, that goes down to the spine, down his spine to his tail. It almost seems to stand up. He seems to be like very interested in this idea that there's a dragon around.
Do not worry, he fled after we beat him on the snoot pretty hard.
Oh,
Arden, we've talked about this. You are much too small. I know they are technically the greatest rivals of your kind, the silver dragons, but you need to grow a little bit before wishing to engage. He was a full-grown adult dragon.
okay.
Hey, if you get killed before you become a great dragon, think of the dishonor to your ancestors. Also, death.
I do want to live for a very, very long time.
And you will never read another book again in the afterlife.
It's true. It would be terrible.
Incredible sin for someone as smart as you. So, yes, just if one shows up, you know what to do.
The dragon?
If anything of that threat level appears, gather the people, head into the wood, avoiding the banshee. We still haven't gotten rid of her.
Yes, of course. That's the plan that Lonelywood has always had, it seems, according to their records.
I mean, it works.
It does. Hide in the trees. It's very effective.
Yes, it's true. But yes, aside from that, I will be going for a period of time. I am entrusting you two, and possibly our great hunter, if he ever shows up, to keep an eye on the town and keep the citizens safe. The rest of the 10 towns, I don't trust them to survive great crises, but we're a heartier bunch up here, and I expect everyone to be at their finest. Good.
Don't worry. We will send the hardy folk of Lonelywood fleeing into the woods if anything approaches that would mean us harm.
Bravely ran away.
What? There are like 50 of us here, okay? We are... Admittedly, we've armed everyone, including the children, but... Like, you know... Rory is 5 years old. She can only brandish her little toy sword so extravagantly, and the dragon may not be pleased. So...
Fair enough.
Yes, I expect to be gone no more than maybe a month at most.
Well, we'll keep things rolling here.
I mean, this is a pretty self-sufficient town anyway, let's be honest. We're all very good at keeping to ourselves when necessary. But seriously, when I get back, I need to know what happens with this fishing thing, because it's gotta be exciting. I mean, you know, a little bit. Like, someone sinks someone's boat. Like,
That's what I heard.
anyway, there is a good chance I will be taking Wind Chaser with me, so you will not have to worry as much about, you know, the deer.
Okay. Very good. It's probably better that you take Wind Chaser along.
Yes. I will see how well he does boats.
I'm sure he'll be thrilled. Nothing says freedom to a griffin like a boat.
I may be putting him at spells, yes. Anyway, right then, I must pack. And then he just goes upstairs to his room to gather what materials he needs for the trip.
Sure.
Before coming back down and going to get Wind Chaser so we can head to find Angajuk.
Sure. Oh, yeah. So you make your way straight from there to Angajuk's Bell.
Yep.
So Angajuk's Bell is located on the coast of Icewind Dale, on the coast on the Sea of Moving Ice. And what you find there is a dock that comes off a small hut, and you've been to this location before, so you know where it is.
We cleaned the hut up a little bit.
And off of the hut is a dock that has a simple bell hanging from it, and you are able to go and ring the bell and expect Angajuk to appear.
He rings the bell, and he also brought along a little bit of dried fish.
Okay.
He's been here a couple times, because he told the whale he'd come back and chat with him.
Sure. 15 or 20 minutes goes by, which isn't unusual. And after a while, breaking the surface of the icy water, you can see a large horn emerges. The horn, as it breaks the surface of the water, turns into, or is quickly followed by a massive whale. That horn is attached to a boat that is mounted to the back of the whale. And the boat itself, while it doesn't have any covering of any kind, it seems to be like almost a large canoe that is sort of sitting on his back, about 10, 15 feet wide and 20, 30 feet long on the back of this massive sperm whale. It is bone dry despite the whale coming up from underwater. Angajuk's eye sort of turns, his massive eye, and he kind of looks at you and then... Hey, man, it's been a while since I've seen you around here. I know you said you were coming back, but I'm just really glad to actually see you. Listen, it's a long time just hanging out and waiting. I was talking to Lefty and Righty. Lefty and Righty he is referring to his two narwhal companions that join him. Who are at this moment swimming excitedly in circles on either side of him, expecting food, which you typically bring. So Lefty and Righty, they're just not good company for talking with, And well, I'm just glad you're here. So I got to tell you a story. I was out in the water, swimming through the depths of the ocean. And Lefty and Righty were on either side of me. And I was swimming around as I often do, looking for something to eat as I often do. And it occurred to me that in this part of the ocean at this time of year, there is more food to be had further south. So I went ahead and ventured further south than I had before. And would you believe it? I saw that creature that I saw before.
Wait,
and that you saw before. That massive serpent, the water dragon. That's what I'm going to call it. I don't know what it's actually called, man, but that's what I will call it, the water dragon.
The danger noodle.
The danger noodle. That is what, in fact, Lefty and Righty, that's what they would really know it as. And I swam away, because I didn't really want to have anything to do with that. But since you've been around, since you guys dealt with that goddess, Real, I haven't seen hide nor feather of Iskra, her giant bird. Which I'm glad for, because as you remember when we spoke those 3 years ago, Iskra, the massive bird, swooped down and clawed at my hide. Fortunately, I descended into the depths of the ocean, as I often do, in order to avoid being attacked by birds. he will go on like this.
Yes.
Indefinitely.
Yes.
Unless you interrupt him.
So first thing he does is Orion tosses the fish to his narwhal companion.
Lefty and righty, they eat happily.
So Angajuk, it is good to see you again, my very chatty companion. Speaking of heading south, my friends and I have been considering heading down to the city of Waterdeep, and it is a significant ways down the third coast, and we were curious if you might be interested in giving us a lift down that way.
Does Waterdeep have deep waters?
I would presume as much by the name.
Then that sounds like something I would be happy to do.
Indeed. And
Oh, well, I just re-roll. Okay. Ah, Waterdeep. I am familiar with this place. I got it. Actually.
Nice. Such an inconsequential role.
I have visited many a time in my travels when I was a young whale in the pod. Mother and father brought me oft to Waterdeep.
fascinating. I'm so proud of you for being so worldly. So would you be able to give us a lift? Like if you can't make it the whole way, that is also okay. But we were just curious since I know you enjoy companionship, and also it would save us on money, which Finn is always without.
Well, as I said before, I have been to Waterdeep many a times. My parents have brought me there oft, and I would be happy to give you a lift down that way. The water is warmer, I have found, the further south that I go. And so it would be nice to get out of this frigid cold water into something a little more warmer and pleasing to the Finns.
Good, and then you could avoid the hazard macaroni.
For once, you've caught me without much to say. That would be true. We would be able to avoid the hazardous macaroni, as you have referred to it.
David Hisselhoff, if you will.
He said David Hisselhoff. Oh man,
that's wonderful. So, I will inform my companions. Will you be around? I will ring your bell, and then you will show up.
Yes, that's usually how that works. So when you ring the bell, I do come very quickly.
I did have a question. How? So it's not a true bird, but I do have a griffin. Do you know would you be okay with him possibly coming along with us?
I do not have qualms about this. However, I can say, in my experience, which is quite vast, on carrying people on my back, which I oft do, I can say that, well, I do not mind this. The griffin may find it a bit difficult in the cramped spaces of the boat that I carry on my back. Not only that, but I don't know where it will do its business in the freezing waters of the ocean.
It's an excellent point.
I suppose we could come up for air, as we often do.
I was waiting for that.
Yes. I'll figure it out.
You may find it cramped living with such a large creature on the boat. But that is a problem for you, and not a problem for me, as I do not live on the boat. Simply carry the boat upon my back,
Excellent.
as I often do.
Excellent, Angajuk. All right, me and my companions will return in soon. Wait,
Good, I will wait for soon.
farewell. And then Ryan will leave.
And he just kind kind of watches you leave and then just submerges under the water. Come, lefty and righty, we will find more things to see and do before we continue on our journey. Many things must be accomplished before the great swim occurs.
He'll fly back to town. Oh my.
Okay, so Nasher, what are you up to?
Nasher will go to the shop, the Scrimshaw workshop, and gather his things, everything that he didn't have on him from the last adventure, and I'll let my apprentice know. Yeah, Noob. It's going to go with Johnny Tremaine.
Johnny Tremaine?
Johnny Tremaine.
That's like specific.
Just hoping nothing unfortunate happens to him while I'm away.
Okay.
You know, when you start naming them, you get attached, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, and then once I've cleared it with Johnny, that we will be leaving, I'll head up to Tourmaline.
Now hold down the fort, man. You got it.
Really quick, before parting with Nasher, Njord has been carrying around a lot of our spoils from the previous adventure.
Oh.
How does a 2,000 gold budget work?
Works
for you?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So.
Add 2,000 gold.
Yeah.
If Finn bought a 10 days worth of rations, each on D&D Beyond it says that each ration, 1 day of ration is worth half a gold with 10 gold. Sound fine?
Yep.
Okay. Or 5 gold, whatever. Okay.
Get like a money sound.
Cash register.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's it. You, noob. I'm sorry. Johnny is very happy to hold down the fort. You got it, man. And is there anything else that you want to do?
Yeah, I'd like to go to Tourmaline.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So you make your way to Tourmaline.
And I'd like to look for Tim, the enchanter.
Okay. Here's what we'll do. I will roll a percentile dice.
Roll for Tim.
You have a roll for Tim. Actually, you know what? I'll make you do it because you're the one looking for him. And I will say this. There is a 30% chance Tim is around. So go ahead and give me, if you roll 30 or less.
54.
Is that 30 or less?
Okay. So... So you go to the space where you find you had found Tim's little shop before, and it's just a vacant lot. Basically, there's nothing there. Oh, actually, from the sound guy, let's try again.
We love our sound team.
Tim, don't be gone. 98.
Okay, well,
He's even less there than he was before.
He never existed to begin with.
Like, where, like the shop he was in, there's just a vacant space where the building was.
yeah, it's gone. The building is just gone.
Then Nasher will make his way back to Bryn Shander and look for the Rat Man.
Oh, old Benjamin.
Oh, Benjamin.
Old Benny. All right. So go ahead. So for old Benjamin, as enigmatic as he is, go ahead and give me I want a charisma check. We'll say charisma investigation.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're proficient with investigation, you can add your investigation bonus to it.
Sure. Yep. I am. Yes, I am.
I'm going to use your charisma bonus instead of your intelligence.
10.
Did you visit Old Benjamin before with...
Didn't go with them.
Okay. You kind of remember the alley that Old Benjamin was in. That the rest of the group went down. But you don't see anything that would indicate that you could find Old Benjamin around. This alley is just kind of some back alley, some back space in a dark corridor. But but there's really nothing that like sticks out to you that this would be where you could find this enigmatic fellow.
I think we sent the wrong guy to find the magic people. All right. That was my tasks.
Okay. Yielding fruitless results, you make your way to East Haven the following day. Njord.
Njord is going to summon his steed and going to ride out to meet where his people have gone. He leaves in the afternoon. They left in the morning. Again, they're probably going slower because they have women, children,
Sure.
baggage, all of that sort of stuff. So he goes to find his people and meets with the elders and the leaders of the people that would be beneath him and kind of sets things in organization for him to be gone for some time, explaining that the threats that have come to Icewind Dale are leading him elsewhere to make sure that those threats do not continue to grow and potentially end the peace that they have found thus far.
Okay. So there are, among the people who are like your elders and
Shamans, warriors. That
well,
sort of
the
thing.
people who would have say in the area, right? So there are two kings who are left, and that's I think Gunvald, who was the king of the Bear tribe, and Erix, the boy that you saved when you were completing the trials of Real, who was the young heir to the Wolf tribe. Those are the only two remaining living tribesmen because you killed your mother, who was the queen of the Tiger tribe, and she killed the king of the Elk tribe, leaving these two remaining that are there. Beyond that, you do have a handful of shamans and other warriors who sort of ascended in the ranks for the past 3 years. Is it Gunvald or is it somebody else? I just want to make sure. I'm trying to. I feel like Gunvald.
I feel like Gunvald is a name that
I think he was the name of the
Bear tribe chieftain.
I was just thinking that. So I think. Ooh, do I have a note over here for this already, or am I like? You don't have to remember, do you?
I'm pretty sure that's him. But again, that could also be the rival. I can't remember. Whoever the king of the Bear tribe was, I'm essentially going to put him as essentially my steward.
Sure. Okay,
Since
so
he already has leadership experience.
you are met with. Generally, you are met with an unhappy response from this. The shamans and the two kings, Erix and God, whatever his name is right now, I'm not going to.
Gunvald.
Is Gunvald? We'll go with that. If you know what it is, put it in the comments. You're like, actually, we're playing this right now, and it's this name. You screwed it up. Then put it out there. Put it out there in the thing. Oh man, I feel like I'm so close to finding this too.
So Eric's the young boy.
Eric's is the young boy, but the oh my god, you guys is gonna drive me. Oh no, that's right. Gunvald Harlix. Oh, I was right. Yarund was the name of the other one. Okay, anyways. I was right the whole time. All right. Put in the comments that you thought I was right. Okay, so Gunvald, after you kind of relay your order, right? That Gunvald will be taking over for now, and that you have other business to attend to. After that meeting, he pulls you aside, and he goes, Njord, I understand that you are a hero and that you feel some kind of responsibility to protect these people in 10 towns and to deal with whatever this threat is. But what you are doing, I think, is quite possibly the worst decision you can make, being king of the nomads, king of the tribes. This is the first time we've been united in years. And the one person who has brought us all together is going to leave on what I would call a goose chase. Now, I'm not going to stand against you and tell you that you shouldn't do this. You fortunately have left 2 male heirs to replace you should you never return. However, I wouldn't be, I don't think that I would be honest with myself or could face myself if I didn't voice my opinion to you. Don't go.
Gunvolt, do you truly believe I'm doing this for 10 towns?
I don't think you're doing it for us. I don't think you're doing it for your wife or your children. I don't think you're doing it for the tribes.
Then you would be utterly wrong. I fought for 10 towns at the beginning of the rhyme, and when I returned to our people, when I took the crown of the Elk tribe, when I conquered my mother for the crown of the Tiger tribe, when I united the tribes under me, I left 10 towns behind. Yes, I have friends and allies there, and they have suffered much as a result of those things that came up from the dark places below the earth and from outer spheres that were conjured by the rhyme. But I'm not doing this for them. I have left them behind. I'm doing this for our people, for my family, for my wife and children, for you and for my warriors, for all those that have been born over these last 3 years. We have always had a rocky business with 10 towns, sometimes friends, sometimes enemies. But what I can say is this in this moment. The dangers that they have faced are dangers that could very well affect our people as well, even though we are separate from them. That is what I am fighting against. I'm fighting so that these things that have infected the weak people of 10 towns do not come against us.
These chumps in 10 towns. Give me a persuasion check.
Alrighty. Pulling up my skills. How does 26 sound?
26 sounds really good. As you sort of outline your thoughts there, Gunvold kind of nods. There's sort of the realization dawning on him that an existential threat is a threat to the tribes. And he kind of, I'm sorry to have doubted you. I will do my best in your place to watch over the tribes and keep them united. But I can say that I don't hold as much sway around here as you do.
True. And I will speak to the people. I will let my voice be heard by them. I will say what I have said to you, that I'm going for them, for our future. If there's to be a future, we must be safe from these outside threats. And as we grow and return back to our former strengths, we have to keep that fragility from shattering apart. Now, I forgive you for your doubts. They can be understandable. Don't let it happen again.
He kind of smiles and claps your shoulder and, all right, good man. And lets you. So then at this point,
I'm a warrior king. Like this.
Yeah, oh no, for sure. So then you address the people, I guess, and explain to them about the same thing.
Yes.
As you are preparing to. Okay, so then after you've addressed everybody, remind me of your wife's name.
Pulling that up now.
Hilda.
No. That's too close to my mom's name, Bjornhild. Torfrey.
Torfrey. That night, Torfrey, you know what? Let's roll for it. Okay. It's not uncommon for. She seems very understanding about the whole thing, really. I mean, she saw you unite the tribes, and she's heard of your exploits. She's very understanding, although sad, but very understanding of the whole situation. She gives you a very restful evening, we'll call it, and
Not so restful. Actually.
okay, I'm sorry, a very not so restful evening, we'll call it, and basically assures you that she is going to do her best to keep an eye on the children and make sure they grow up strong, and she seems expectant that you'll return. She sort of the next day places her hand, kind of wraps her arms around you, and you're going to go out there and you're going to do all kinds of great things, I'm sure. And I can't wait to hear about it when you come back. You always say that you're leaving, and you always return. So this doesn't have to be a long and drawn out goodbye. I know you're going far away, but I'm looking forward to when you come back.
I'll have plenty of stories to tell you and the boys.
She gives you a kiss and then takes the kids, and they give you appropriate amounts of hugs, and there's roughhousing to be had. As you are wrapping up with your family, your personal guard is like already packed. He's got he's got all of his things, and he's like standing at the edge of camp waiting for you. He's got a spear in hand, and this is Bjorgar Frostmane. He is a stalwart warrior, probably one of the tribe's finest, and which is why he's the King's Guard. And he's got everything ready to go. He's got an axe hanging at his side. He's holding a spear. He's got his pack with appropriate amounts of food and rations, it seems. And he's just kind of standing there expectantly. Are you ready to go, sire?
I'm ready to go, but what are you doing?
At my job? This is not. Sorry, I'm the King's Guard. You're the king, I guard. It's a pretty straightforward
Could
thing.
that man have inspiration?
Yes, give Bjorgar inspiration. Bjorgar, what I need you to do is I need you to protect the future kings of the tribe. I can handle myself, and I'm very glad to see you so eager to come with me. But our people need you with them to protect them from the threats that are here.
Okay, well, to be fair, your wife has wrestled a bear before and won. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure she can handle guarding the kids. I'm worried about you going off into who knows land to die in some place to be forgotten forever.
You think people would forget me?
I mean, certainly not. But who's going to really tell of the exploits that you accomplish? If you go out there and die, no one is going to be able to return and tell of the wondrous things that you've accomplished while you were out there.
I have one particular individual who I know is really good at telling stories.
Give me a persuasion check.
Alrighty.
I just want you to fail.
20.
Dang it. I wanted the henchman.
He kind of, after a moment, he can see the look in your eyes that you're like not kidding. And he looks a little like downcast, like a puppy who's being like left behind when like everybody else gets in the car and leaves or whatever. And he kind of, may Tempest guide you.
And you. Farewell, brother. I'll see you when I get back.
I hope so. And he, with that, he just turns and begins to unpack all of his shit.
Picks up his suitcases.
Shrugs back to his tent.
Like Samwise Gamgee with all his pots and pans on his back.
I know,
just
right?
kind of clanking back solidly.
Okay, so then you make your way to East Haven from there?
Yes.
Unless you had other business to attend to.
I didn't really have any other business to attend to. As I head back, however, I will cast my first 4th level spell ever and cast Find Greater Steed.
Ooh.
And I will leave my tribe on horseback. I will arrive in East Haven riding a Warmount Pegasus. Flying in
Nice.
from the sky.
Soaring on the wings of eagles. So you swoop down into the streets of East Haven, ready to join up with your group and proceed from there. Linus, what do you do?
Linus is walking to East Haven. And when he's on the road, as soon as he looks around and he doesn't see anybody else around, they just kind of look up at the sky. Elijah or Mistra, whatever your name is. Not really sure that this works, but can you hear me? Look, that girl in the tavern, she looked at me first. What was I supposed to do, not wink back? And what's with this Elminster guy, huh? Alright, well, that's just stupid. There's nobody listening. So you just don't show up anymore, huh? Is that... If you want me to do something, you gotta tell me. Hello? Alright, well, I guess I'll just go back to my old true love. And I'll reach into my pack and pull out my flask and bottoms up.
Oh no.
Okay.
And if nothing happens, I'll continue to walk to East Haven until I get there.
Okay, fair enough. And surprising to you, this is the first time. Well, when you get to East Haven, what do you do?
Is there like a vault or something where we keep funds for the town?
Yes, there is.
I will head to the vault.
Oh
Just embezzling money.
But as I'm coming to town, I obviously make a show of it. Oh, hey, it's your speaker, Linus. I'm back. Just want to let you guys know I saved all of 10 towns, not just East Haven again. So remember that at the ballot box. Coming up soon. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are too kind. But don't stop.
You make your way to the town hall, and you know exactly where the vault would be. And when I say vault, it's basically just like a locked room in which has a small. It's like the town treasury, really.
Is there anybody like that guards it?
Oh yeah. So there is.
Why'd you gotta say that?
There is a single guard. He's kind of a newer hire. His name is Benny. Benny has the key to the room. His job is to hold on to the key and only give it to people that he knows that he is expecting to come to this. Usually these people visiting the treasury is arranged kind of in advance. And so as you show up, oh, hi there, Mr. Town Speaker.
Yes, that's you can just call me Linus, or Linus the Great, Linus the Wonderful.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yeah.
I know better than to call you just Linus. You're Mr. Speaker.
That that works too. Well, I'm gonna need the key and a little bit of discretion.
Oh, I've got the key right here.
Well, hand it over.
Oh, no, you don't. I've got the key. And yeah, no one's getting away from me.
Look, son, you just established who I am. I'm the speaker. I've got full access. You know what done, right? I've saved 10 towns countless times, sometimes single-handedly. Now, would you want me to be out there adventuring against who knows what? Devils, gods, dragons, without enough funds to support me? Now, would you want that on your conscience, son? I don't think so. So a little bit of, give me the keys and a little bit of discretion here, and we won't have a problem.
You want me to give you the key? Oh, no, I won't.
You know what's worse is Linus probably hired him because he has a Lenny-like personality.
Look, I didn't want to have to do this, but if you don't give me the key, you're fired. You'll never work in this town
Oh,
again.
no, I won't. You won't get it from me. I know better than that.
You're doing your job great. It's very admirable. You know, great. I'll give you a gold star, whatever, a promotion. Don't care. Now, just step aside.
Dude, you remind me of Hades. And then all of a sudden it was just like Hades. Oh, no, I won't.
All right, you got me. All right, I'll just leave the way I came in. All right, have a good night.
Oh, yes, you will. You'll leave right out there.
As soon as I'm around the corner, I will misty step.
So you have to see where you're
Oh,
going.
I will dimension door.
Whatever I have to cast.
Okay. You dimension door into the treasury. So there are several like glass cabinets that are sort of around. There are a lot of like valuable things that that East Haven would use to sort of barter off or trade in exchange for finances when needed. Because it's not always best just to have everything in like just piles of gold, right? Usually there's like items or valuable material. Now, Benny is not very intelligent, but he's very perceptive. And as you appear in the room and kind of take your bearings, you look over, and there's these like iron slats in the door, and there's Benny looking at you.
I will cast blindness on Benny.
What's the DC?
Didn't want to have to do this.
You know what my
17 is the DC.
17.
It's temporary. Relax.
I looked at him. Now I can't say. He turns in place. He runs into the wall. He hits the wall and falls unconscious.
Oh no!
Ay, 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 with
You know
these
what's even
guys.
funnier? What's on the shelves? Written in Linus's own handwriting, IOU.
Yeah, so you watch as he screams. He's blind. He turns in place. He runs and hits the wall and falls over.
I need to hire better help. I'm gonna look around for gems.
Gems. Give me an investigation check with advantage.
25.
Inside, there's a desk off to the side that all the transactions are made for each item that comes in and out of the treasury. There is, in this desk, a drawer that has the list of all the things, and inside that drawer there is a secret compartment with a sub drawer within it, and inside that are all of the various gems and things that you would find. And inside you can find, we'll say, roll a d20.
19.
19 gems of varying sizes and value.
Well, I am a champion of the goddess now. Not quite sure how she feels about this sort of thing. Of course, I am a hero of 10 towns. Maybe I'll just take a few. Just take a handful.
How many is a handful?
5.
Okay.
How big are gems? I don't know.
You can fit 5 in the palm of your hand.
I'll grab 5 and throw them in my pack and then kind of scatter the other ones around so you can't quite tell that some might be missing.
Okay.
And then I'll just head out the front door because the guard is unconscious and blind.
Sure. You walk out the front door. He's just laying there.
And I'll just keep walking.
Okay.
Actually, no. I will go over to him. I'll pour some of the flask on him.
Oh no!
So he reeks of booze.
Oh my god, that's so great.
And then I'll go back to my home.
The hero of East Haven.
Okay. So you live in East Haven. Oh, so that night, by the way, is the first night in the past 3 years that you are not visited by Elysia Coldwood.
Interesting.
That morning, there is quite a ordeal going on at the town hall. Now, you live in East Haven, so everybody else is wrapping up their things. They're on their way to East Haven. You're there, and there's an ordeal going on at the town hall. There's a lot of people gathered around, like hushed voices. Some guard are there, and there is it seems to be some kind of commotion going on.
Well, I'll go see what the commotion's about.
As you approach, one of the guard runs over to you. Oh, Linus, thank goodness you're here. Listen, I don't know what happened, but Benny seems to have drunk himself. Benny, the guard of the treasury, seems to have drunk himself into some kind of stupor and ran into the wall and died.
Wait, he died?
Well, yeah, the town doctor's in there. Come here, look. It's you go in there and you can see now there is actually his forehead there's a gash in his forehead. Blood has come down. He ran into the wall with enough force to kill himself. He's covered in booze. He reeks of it. And the doctor's going, well, it looks like he was drinking on the job and had some kind of fit, ran into the wall, and this is where he is.
Ay, what a what a disaster. The handbook specifically says you shouldn't drink while on the job.
Well, this is so weird. Benny's never touched alcohol in his whole life. It's so bizarre. His mother is in shambles in the corner. She's weeping. He's such a good boy.
To shreds, you say?
Never touched alcohol before. His father was a drunk. He swore it off.
Oh no.
Ran away, got lost on the lake. His father did.
This is truly a tragedy, and
it's so bizarre. It almost seems like something malicious happened here. If I didn't know
sure
Benny,
it wasn't malicious.
who would never hurt a fly. Benny was well loved by everyone in the town, and to find such a horrible state, we just don't even know what to do. I think we should lie to everyone and just keep Benny's good name intact.
I think that's a good idea. There's no need
Truth is
for it.
almost worse.
It's clearly
That he was clearly a drunk.
it's sad. I hate it happens. It's 1 in 4. They say. I think right.
He did so well to hide his painful alcohol addiction from everyone he knew.
Yeah, clearly you gotta check on your friends. You never know.
He wasn't a smart man, but he was loyal, fiercely loyal. He once stayed up all night just to watch my axe beaks and make sure that no coyotes came and got them, no wolves. He got frostbite in one of his fingers, had to have it removed. He was so loyal, stayed out in the bitter cold during the everlasting rime. No one thought he would even make it through the whole ordeal with Ariel and the forever frozen land of Icewind Dale. But here he is. Now, just the truth revealed.
Surely just a tragedy, a freak accident, I'm sure. No need for an investigation. It's pretty open and shut case here. But please, as the speaker...
And the door of the treasury was just wide open.
Whoa.
We don't know what that means.
Perhaps he was probably embezzling.
Oh no.
Roll a persuasion check. Actually, deception.
Well, he should be like roll persuasion or deception. You just let him choose.
Sure, whatever one you want, I guess. It's probably about the same for you, I'd
It's a
imagine.
Mercer thing. It's like let the player choose. So you don't really know.
28.
28. We'd never thought that's a brilliant idea, Master Linus, to think perhaps the level of intelligence that we thought he didn't have was all a charade.
A mastermind.
And in fact, Betty was some kind of
It's the
mastermind.
perfect crime. The only thing that could stop him was his alcoholism. And thank God it's for that.
And so it seems. And there is his mother and now orphan child weeping together in the corner. His poor wife died during the Charlatan Dragon attack.
Son of a. I mean,
They all thought he was such a
Just-
good and wonderful man. And yet now the
Just,
truth is
all right,
revealed.
Just, do me a favor. We'll have a funeral. Don't do anything to the body. I'll see what I can do. I know a guy.
See what you can do. Is there some way you can reverse this terrible tragedy that has befallen Benny and his unfortunate family?
There is, but-
many of whom's lives were lost in the dragon attack, or have been cast as exiles during the everlasting rime. It seems every time a name was pulled, it was someone related to Benny that was sent away into the
All right, we
frozen
get it. All
tundra.
right. Well, here's the thing. I might be able to help him, but I'm gonna need some gems.
Amazing.
Con man of con man.
How many gems do you need, Speaker Linus? Tell us whatever it is to have this honorable man return to us.
Well, I'll have to ask my guy, but I think it's north of 2,000 gold worth of diamonds.
Diamonds, you say? Okay. Well, that will.
I mean, but can we put a price on Benny here?
Well, apparently 2,000 diamonds.
So, with your near
Perhaps we
godlike
could take
level,
up a collection.
with your near godlike levels of persuasion and deception, you are they base and Benny's apparent value to the community. Despite his low intelligence, he was an honorable and loyal friend and ally, it seems, to most everyone in East Haven. They open, well, you're the speaker, so you kind of have full reign here as far as what it is you want to do. And if you're saying that you need 2,000 gold worth of diamonds, you could certainly check the treasury and see if something like that would be there.
I really hate to draw from the. I mean, this money was meant to build East Haven. But
the worst.
can we put a price
the best.
on a hero like Benny? So we'll wait till my guy gets here. We'll see what I can do. I had no promises.
So it's been great.
As I just kind of throw some diamonds in a bag.
Do any of the diamonds worth that much? Let me see real quick. We'll roll. Actually, let me
wrote
roll.
my
Give me a
book. Notebook.
percentile
Linus is
dice.
going to hell.
I will say 10% chance that one of the diamonds is worth the 2,000 gold that you need. So go ahead and roll.
I think I only need 1,500. But
You talking about me? Are you talking to me?
What spell?
500.
Are you thinking of a
it
spell?
was
in
only
particular?
500?
No, it's
500.
less than that. It's like for revivify, but that has to be done within a minute of death.
Oh.
My spell needs 500.
Yeah.
If you're,
And how long after he dies?
It's not
10
like
days.
It's not
Oh,
like
okay.
a single gem either.
it's a diamond
collect-
worth 500.
Oh.
Oh.
So
Okay.
So I'll say there's a 10% chance that you find a diamond, that there is a diamond valued at that much. And as the rest of your companions are coming into town, Nasher, in your skill as a jeweler, you would easily be able to identify a diamond worth that much. So if he finds one.
23%.
There is a diamond amongst the lot of jewels left in the secret compartment of the desk, which you had pilfered, that is worth 499 gold.
Well, we can. I mean, these prices change all the time, right?
that's what's, you know what's effed about that system is that like there's no diamonds in 10 towns, so it could be worth 1,000 gold. It's like whatever you sell it at.
Yeah, it's worth what people will
Market
pay.
manipulation.
There are Nasher, in your experiences, you examine the diamond. The rest of the allies brought forward, finding this apparent tragedy before you. You examine the diamond, and I would say with the help of your friends who are able to cast a spell, there are enough imperfections within the diamond itself that renders it unworthy to have the spell be cast with it.
Finn's starting to say his last prayers.
Come on, Finn, you gotta do something here.
Yeah, I'm greeting him to death. What do you want me to do? I'm
Terrible way to go.
preparing the bodies.
Just tragic.
You can't like talk to him or something.
Orion, can you prestidigitation this body? Stinks.
We spoke to his daughter.
Certainly, we don't want him smelling of alcohol.
Yeah.
And they'll prestidigitate the smell away and make him all look clean.
Look at that. He drinks the same kind of whiskey that Linus likes.
Yes.
What are the chances?
You know what? Let's see if we can have some fun with this.
This is a horrible
I'm going to
situation.
say,
Yeah.
I'm going to roll a percentile. Actually, Linus, I'm going to make you do it. I'm going to say 50-50 chance that that Benny's mother knows enough about Benny that she suspects something foul is afoot. And I'm going to say, don't pick up the dice. You roll them.
No,
so
I didn't.
Okay.
I'm just moving them.
So I'm going to say, if it's because you don't want this to happen, generally speaking, if it's less than 50, then she suspects some kind of foul play. What was your roll?
Double murder.
That's 5, right?
It's a 5.
So as you guys come in, Benny's mother implores you. Please, there's something that must be done. If I think he might have been murdered or worse. We've seen such terrible things here in 10 Towns. People turning into the horrible monsters. Is there anything we can do to find out the truth?
I can find out who it is.
These accidents, sometimes
you have a way of
these
finding
things just
out?
I
happen.
can speak with him dead. I'll just talk to him.
Oh, that was a lot easier than what I
right.
was going to do, which was try to medicinally determine his
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I can just
I already
ask
did
him
that.
and
Don't
he could just-
you know me? I'm a medical professional here. We don't need to be wasting spells. Sometimes
I have
freak
enough spell
accidents.
slots. I'm good. I have enough
Yeah.
power.
We don't have much else to do.
Yeah, I'm just
before we
traveling
head out of
today.
town.
So
We should get to the bottom of this. If there is crime afoot, it must be dealt
I'm
with. And you're the
confident
speaker of 10 Towns. You
There's
should.
a thorough investigation.
You should
There's
want
no
justice.
foul play here.
well,
I'm
do you
just
have a gem?
picturing Tim Curry from Clue. Murder? What do you mean, murder?
Nor do we have a
Sometimes freak. He clearly
diamond
was
with
an
500
alcoholic.
gold in her bag or no?
A
Sir.
diamond worth 500 gold. No, we use that to bring Linus back.
Yeah.
That's right. Linus.
Unfortunately, there's no way to bring him back. I'm crushed.
I want to dig in my bag and pull out incense.
You're gonna pull out some incense.
Yeah. I'm just going to lay down.
What is that? What do you got there?
I'm just going to talk to it.
You talk. Let me.
Come, Linus. Come with me.
Oh, shoot! I'm gonna sneeze in his hands with all the incense. Oh no!
It's okay. I have more.
Linus,
really stocked
Linus,
up.
come with me. You seem distraught over this.
I mean,
I love. But Benny was a good kid. He
Yes.
was. I
I don't want you seeing.
I
him
think.
talk.
I never met the guy.
Come on, I'll buy you a drink at the inn.
I need to ask your opinion whether I should bring my griffin on a tiny cramped boat going underwater.
Wait, that lady.
Orion,
I
we're
think that
dealing
lady
with
has.
something more important here.
She looks like.
Crime has been possibly committed, and we need to get to the bottom of this.
This is East Haven.
I
This
have
is
to-
like Tuesday night.
I also have to tend to this body.
My jurisdiction here. I should handle it.
So, they've got it handled.
I saw a lady. She looked like she had that look in her eye that before they turn into a mind flare. We should check that out.
All right. So Finn, are you gonna cast Speak with Dead?
Yeah, I want to cast it with it.
Okay.
If it's literally someone like this is Linus's
crime,
town,
it's
someone
spoiled.
robbed it, and I'm gonna figure out who robbed Linus's town.
Well, we don't know anything about the robbery.
Do we don't?
There is a murder. There's
a murder, but you said-
this is what Benny's mom is indicating. Now, everybody really is suspecting at this moment. So, just to give you full context, everybody is basically convinced that Benny was a secret alcoholic.
Yep.
And somehow had some kind of fit and ran his head into the wall and died this way. And also, apparently, before he did this, used the key to open the treasury door and then ran his head into the thing.
Yeah, I'm
now, they
assuming
checked
he's
the
robbed.
treasury. They didn't find anything missing
Oh, okay,
when they
right.
checked. But Benny's mother is convinced that there is some kind of foul play afoot. His father was an alcoholic and ran away from the family, got lost at sea. Benny's family, it seems, had seen no end of tragedy. During the everlasting rime, one of the things that 10 towns, for those of you listening, one of the things that the 10 towns had resorted to was human sacrifice, which sometimes meant sending people away into the frozen tundra as a sort of offering to Ariel. Now, it seems that more often than not, members of Benny's family were selected to to be sent out. His family has suffered quite a bit through the everlasting rime. Benny
We've all
himself,
suffered.
at one point, so it seems, has stayed up way late into the evening, all night, to watch a small herd of axe beaks, lost a finger to frostbite, such as his loyalty to whoever this farmer was. Anyway, so Benny's mother is convinced. Right. Although everybody else really is thinking that he's an alcoholic. I mean, Linus has done a good job of convincing them of this.
Right, before he casts that, I'm going to use my Staff of Charming to command him to stop.
Oh, interest. Okay.
Finn, I'm just going to do it subtly. Like, I'm just going to, like, put the staff down in the dirt and, like, pound it down and subtly cast it. I don't think there's a... I'm not sure what the command spell.
It is.
Is there a verbal and?
Well, you tell him to do something, and I think he does it for like a minute or something. Let's go look at the spell. ominous music. I love it, dude. Staff of.
It's just the command spell. So.
Oh, the command spell. So the command spell will only work. I think it works for a round. So you tell him in the round to like drop whatever he's holding or whatever.
Well, I'm desperate here. See, I'm going to tell him to stop just what he's doing to buy myself even just 6 seconds.
Oh, okay. Give me a wisdom saving throw, Finn.
That's plus 10. Am I near Nord? Plus 3?
You are.
Okay. I rolled a 2, plus 13. So
17 was the save.
15. I fail.
Okay, so you suddenly just kind of stop. So would you tell him?
I just told him to stop.
I'm trying to let make sense.
So you just sort of
Finn,
pauses.
let's think about this here. This mother, she's been through a lot. We don't need to be bringing people back from the dead. It's not a pretty sight.
6.
Believe
All
me.
right, I'm gonna start lighting it again.
Finn, come on. We got to think about this. We can't be doing this. Every time someone dies, they're going to come after you. You're going to want to talk to them. You got to think about this. We can't do this. It's a dangerous precedent.
Someone might have. The vault was open. There could be mind flayers like somewhere around here. I have to know. I'm gonna cast Speak with Denham.
I'll cast message to Finn. I killed him, you idiot.
At that moment, Benny. And he.
Hey, how you doing? Where you from?
His eyes kind of snap open.
I just asked 5 rapid questions, or does it have to be him?
I have to ask him.
I think.
I have to ask him because I'm casting a spell.
Can I cast deafness on a blind guy, on a dead guy?
No. You said
Said already.
Oh my gosh, Finn's eyes are wide because after he heard that message.
All right, so Finn, you now know the truth from Linus, and you have Benny, who is at this point his eyes are open. He is staring kind of blankly at you. Everybody around you is waiting with bated breath and expectation to find the truth from Benny himself.
Benny, were you an alcoholic?
No.
Okay.
I would never touch such a dream.
Drugs, then.
That's good.
Probably drugs. You should ask him if it's drugs.
Was it
Be
drugs?
very specific.
Was it drugs, Benny?
Was it?
I wouldn't know how to get drugs.
That's what a lot of people who do
Well,
drugs say.
How did you die, Benny?
I ran into a wall. I think I was blind.
Open and shut case.
There we go. It was blinded. Someone.
You have 2 questions left. He's still like
No, it's 3 questions, isn't it?
5.
Oh, it's 5. Oh my gosh. Anything else you want to
his mother
ask him?
His mother. What was the last thing? He was blind. What was the last thing he saw?
Right before you died, what was the last thing you saw?
Nothing. That was blind.
The inside of my eyelids?
Inside of my eyelids. I saw a mask.
Okay.
So you look in the treasury, and there, in the glass shelf at the top, is a mask sitting on a pedestal.
Do you love your mom?
Of course, she was the best woman in my life.
Well, that probably rules out the mother.
Yeah. right, thank you, Benny. Rest.
So clearly, a masked man murdered this guy. We should.
Linus,
We'll
your
find
goggles
him.
are down.
And so I want to reach in my bag and pull out a pinch of salt, and I'm gonna put Benny's eyes. I'm gonna put 1 copper in each eye. Do not move. Oh man, is this where you want to lay him down before I do my last rites? Look at his mom.
She's lost in sorrow.
I'll just wait. We gotta bury him. Where's the graveyard at?
There's a graveyard outside of East Haven.
Can you pick him up? Nord and Asher.
We'll carry him, yes.
Okay, thank you. As you like Nord back down, like, as Nord or which one was who picking him up?
Nasher is.
Nasher bends down and be like, Linus did it. I was like, Linus did it. I was whisper right in his ear. Linus killed him.
Nash just immediately snaps at Linus, stares at him.
Hey, look, I know what you're. I'm like really hushed tones. Just
We'll get out.
I got high perception, so I'm assuming that I saw him say that.
Like his ear
Let me
is
roll
like
for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I mean,
Hey,
it's,
look, guys. I know what you're thinking. It's a bad. It wasn't supposed to go down like that. But look, think of all the stuff we've done. The dragon would have killed him if it wasn't for us. Really, it's just fate. He should. Really, everyone in 10 Town should be dead if it wasn't for us. So,
I gotta
for
bury
me,
this guy.
it just.
I gotta bury this guy. I gotta bury this guy.
Yeah, let's just bury him. You don't have to talk about it. Bury him and then bury the feelings is the best thing to do. Just don't think about it.
Question.
answer.
Has a significant crowd gathered in the area?
As you guys begin to make your way outside with Benny's body, there is like a crowd of probably about 25, 30 people.
Is that a significant portion of the town?
It's so the town has been, well, even over the past 3 years, the town is still recovering in numbers. It's not like a significant portion of the town, but like, you know, so East Haven is known for like pickpocketing. Murder is not a thing East Haven is known for, right? But it's not like it doesn't necessarily garnish all the attention that everybody, you know, would whatever.
Oh,
and also,
I don't care about the murder.
oh
I'm wanting a good sample size of the populace.
yeah, there's like 25, 30 people out there right now, but there's more coming.
Alrighty. As the crowd gathers and continues to gather, and people wake up and come outside and see what the commotion is, I'm going to cast Detect Good and Evil.
Oh, sure.
Go ahead,
Okay,
check
so
evil.
you cast your spell and kind of position yourself to kind of just get a wide net of people that you can catch in the range. Let's go pull it up. You detect.
Linus.
No, we got rid of the tab.
Well, I don't.
Easy.
Evil and good. Detecting evil and good does not actually reveal a person. It reveals,
You know the
for the
location.
duration. You know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where that creature is located. Similarly, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. So you do not detect the presence of aberrations, celestials, elementals, fey, fiend, or undead.
Alright. As the crowd continues to gather, and as we have this ceremonial like procession to go bury the town guard guy who died in what Njord considers one of the least good ways to die. He's
die.
keeping an eye. He's going towards the back and just keeping an eye out in the crowd for any hint that there could be a mind flayer sleeper agent, essentially.
So you're like making your rounds, making sure that you kind of catch everybody that's around. Linus, already rumors are being spun. Some of the people who heard Benny's speak with dead are wondering about this mask that was seen. They're wondering why he would be, somebody says, well, so maybe it was a masked man who killed him. Someone else said, well, there was a mask in the treasury. Maybe he was looking in the treasury. Well, why would he be looking in there unless there was something going on? So there's already rumors beginning to swirl as to the fate of Benny.
It's going to call out, if anyone has a diamond worth 500 gold, we could bring Benny back. I'm just putting that out there. 500 gold
I'll tell
of
you what.
diamond.
Finn,
We can bring Benny back.
let's go ahead and roll a percentile. There is a pretty low chance here. I'm going to call it a 10% chance that somebody hearing you does have a diamond worth that much that would be acceptable for the spell.
Finn doesn't really care. He's just trying to feel better about himself.
So you're saying there's a chance?
82.
Yeah, no.
Nobody around. Seems they all kind of
Fine.
look at each other. And,
A diamond for 500 gold.
Oh, they're probably a 500 gold diamond. But does the person want to give it? No.
well, they're like checking their pockets the way you do when you know you don't have a light for a cigarette or anything. But you,
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I only have cards.
All right.
don't have any cash. All I carry is plastic. Okay.
So we take the body.
So you guys go and perform the funeral for Benny, and he's
I want to cast general copper on his eyes and then pinch of salt and throw it over him. Then cast general repose on him at 2nd level, which means adds 10 days to raise dead spell, and is protected from decay and can't become undead for 10 days.
great.
While he's doing that, Nasher will, as he's laying the body down, lean forward and say, "In the name of Tyr, you will have justice."
Oh.
Very softly, and then stand back up and step away.
All right.
And very softly, may Celeborn guide you to.
Orion and his 8 wisdom. What happened? I mean, a man died. Like, what's the biz? Like, it's tragic, but
We'll talk about it later.
okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Well, finish up with everything.
All right. So, you guys, after the short funeral service, leave Benny's mother and now orphan child weeping to themselves, and prepare yourselves for what is essentially an adventure. Is there anything more you wanted to do in 10 Towns or East Haven before you make your way to Ongajuk?
Oh, I wanted your guys' opinion. Do you want me to bring my griffin along? It is Angajuk's on board with the whole thing, except it is a cramped space. I'm getting that's no from Nasher. Let's hear from the rest of the crew.
Could you unsummon?
He's a griffin. I don't summon him unless I use my horn and I called him.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard no. It's a pretty cramped space, even with just the 5 of us.
Oh, okay.
You could fly ahead and wait for us.
True. We could try to plan out our path and make landfall, and you can fly ahead and scout it out.
Could we?
Split the party in an unconventional way?
What about taking the road there? Just renting a cart and just driving there.
Really want to ride the whale.
I mean, I did go talk.
I remember we were also underwater, and that dangerous thing almost killed us.
Oh, I know what you mean. You're talking about the.
All I could think about, I still have nightmares of we're on that whale, and that big old thing is trying to eat. So much is flopping out the back, and a big old like.
You mean the
rope?
rope?
Yeah, that. So remember? Do you guys remember someone was hanging out the back trying to?
Did you say
I think it was
nope
Nord.
rope?
Yeah,
I think it was Nord. Weren't you just hanging out the back of the whale trying to attack the thing that was trying to eat us?
I think so, yes.
That sounds like something you do.
Yeah.
We had nowhere to go underneath that water. That scares me.
Being under the water as opposed to above it is a little unsettling. We have options. We can still go to Revel's End. We can take a ship. We have plenty of money.
I spent most of my money on food.
No, we have plenty of money.
Okay.
I mean, we could just get Angajuk to accompany us.
That'd be good. Next to the ship.
Do you want to go ahead and find Angajuk while we go to Revel's End and get passage?
Sure.
I'm fine with that.
So that's a yes to the Griffin.
Well, the Griffin can get on the boat.
Are we okay with that? Or
It'll
is
be up to the captain, but there
Yeah,
should
sure.
be more space.
It'll be slower.
It would be slower, and I mean,
it might be safer.
it would not be as covert.
I That's true.
Because, underwater on the back of a whale is really covered.
That's fair. I'm fine with whatever. Whatever you all want.
I feel comfortable on a boat myself.
Yes, well, okay, yeah, we need more context here because Angajuk is on a boat, technically.
No, I mean,
You mean a surface boat?
I have been a
A
sailor.
ship.
Yes.
Personally, I like the whale. They can't sink a whale that's already goes underwater.
True.
There.
Imagine listening to that whale talk constantly for 10 days.
But it is rather private.
It's true.
If we're trying to go into incognito, the whale seems the best option.
It's fair.
Okay, I will break it to Windchaser.
All right. So you release your griffin into the wild. I'm kidding.
Well, not until he flies me up there.
All right. And then you guys make your way to Ongajuk's Bell and prepare for your departure towards Waterdeep. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.